Hi everyone! Welcome back to my craft room. I'm Whitney Lucas with Crafty Thoughts and Whatnots. And I'm just making sure everything's set up here for this Facebook Live. Okay guys, so I'm gonna wait for you guys to kind of file in a little bit. So for now I don't have anyone on at the moment, so I just want to talk to my YouTube people. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys and your support. Subscribers have been great on YouTube. It's been growing. My channel's growing. I appreciate all that. And of course for Facebook, I enjoy all you guys coming in and doing this with me live. And then anybody who can't be there, I upload them all to YouTube and you can watch them at your leisure. So right now we're back. Earlier tonight, if you missed that one, I did my Hobby Lobby haul and I opened orders from my supply order from ChristmasCentral.com. So now tonight we are actually getting into the crafting and we are going to do a beach wreath. So I hopefully have everything collected here. I kind of haphazardly threw all that stuff off to the side, so I'm going to have to go through that in a minute. But tablet and phone were a little angry at me because everything was plugged in, but I was on there for a while, so I got everything plugged in again. Hopefully nothing will die. I got everything, should everything be squared away. What I was doing before was I was trying to see if I could get my tablet over here and keep it plugged in without hitting the cord. There we go. Because I want to be able to see your comments over here as I talk to you guys. Yes, we're back. Hi Olive. Hi Lita. Yes, you're still awake. You're awake with me. Are you on the West Coast with me? It's only 8 o'clock here. So yeah, it's probably late everywhere else, you guys. Sorry, I'm a West Coaster. I'm behind everything. Make sure charger, there we go. Okay. So I got 72% on that girl. She should be okay. So let me throw this over here. And we can get started. I got a lot of mesh, not a lot, but I got a decent amount of mesh to cut. So you guys, unfortunately, I didn't have time to do that. I did get my dinner and I did get my grocery shopping in. Grocery store was crazy. Everybody's in there for their Super Bowl stuff. So it was normal. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't out of the norm, I guess you could say. It wasn't too bad. So the beach wreath we got, guys. I've got my other ribbons here. That's the one I showed you earlier. But this is a mesh ribbon, and it's got a little bit of iridescent in it, but it's the coral color. And then there's my 1.5 inch selection, which is just a good, it's more canvas. It's not burlap, but it's a nice brown canvas color. So we're going to use those three. So what I need to do here, guys, is, let me check in with all you. Cindy, Connie, Lita, Tracy, Olive, Tina. Thank you guys all for coming back. Oh, it's 11 o'clock where you guys are, yeah? Yep, 3 hours ahead of me. It's 8 o'clock here, so we're still awake and, wait, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, is that what you say? Is that the saying? So we're going to craft for a little bit. 4 a.m. in the morning in the UK. Thanks for joining me, Margaret. You're an early riser. Or are you a late going to bedder? Is that how you say it? Going to bed or early riser, however it works. I got all my glue guns and my skillet plugged in. Okay, it's kind of weird because I haven't stopped since I got home. I put all my groceries away and I came in here and set up and we're ready to go. Yes, Irene, we're back. We're back. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do here is we're going back to this. Now, my husband looked into this with trying to get the Facebook flip. I must have a different Android version. I have a Samsung Note 4, so it's a couple years old. But I don't know what version I have, but for some reason we're still looking into how to get my my version of Facebook to flip that around for me. I don't get those options that you guys get. I get these weird options. I'm going to try to do it. It might throw a weird face on me. Yeah, it's not giving me any of those options. Let's do that. And let's see. I don't want to mess with it, you guys. So we'll figure it out on another thing. Maybe I'll test it out on my personal page. That way you guys don't get notified and it's just like my face. You're looking at my face or something. So this actually says I'm going coastal. And I thought that was kind of hilarious because I always joke around at work about going postal. But going coastal. So it's my beach theme sign I got at Hobby Lobby today. It wasn't on sale, but this sign was $10, so it was worth it because it's super cute and it was really cute. The good colors. This is a really nice teal color, and I really like the pink and the coral color, and it was very beachy, and I liked it. So this is the sign we're going with today. And what I need to do is get this piece taken off of it, and I need to put the pipe cleaners on the back of it, because we're going to use that to secure it to the frame. This is a work wreath that I have. I believe this is a 10-inch work wreath. Hold on, let me see how big this is. This one was on a failed project. I have taken it off. So, yes, this is a 10-inch work wreath. It's a pencil work wreath. If you can see here, this is what the pencil ones look like when you buy them. I got this at craftoutlet.com. Very cheap. I believe it's only a couple bucks. But this is what they look like when you failed a wreath. And remember I told you guys, I really need to practice my mesh skills. When I do the poof method, something just doesn't turn out right, in my opinion, so I end up pulling them apart. So this isn't something that I bought that I've reused. This is just a project that didn't work out for me. So I'm reusing the white one. And then when the white pops through at the end, however much is left over, I'm just going to cut those ends off, because we're going to use this teal and jute mesh. It's a 10-inch mesh that I got at Hobby Lobby today also. Now, this is a lot cheaper to buy online, but I didn't have the time or the patience right now to make an order. Plus, it never fails that when I go online to order something, I end up spending like the $69 or the $100 it takes to get free shipping. So it was kind of dangerous if I did that. So I just bought this today at Hobby Lobby, and it is the basic mesh ribbon with jute. And I know that's backwards from Facebook, but it says basic mesh ribbon with jute. I believe I'm only going to use one roll, but I bought two just in case, because you don't ever want to short yourself. Otherwise, if you only buy one roll, make sure you have a complementing color as a backup, just in case you need it to fill spots or holes or anything like that, because we don't want it to be too see-through. All of these rolls are 30 feet long, so I'm pretty sure we should only be using one of these. I have this as a backup. It's a 6-inch roll of jute ribbon, mesh ribbon jute with jute in it, but I don't think I'm going to use it, but I'm just going to keep it nearby just in case I get some sort of little bit of inspiration or a little tickle that I need to use that. So that's the mesh. And then here are the, here's a little bit of floral picks I'm going to put in there. I got these guys. This is definitely an Easter thing, but all of their florals were 50% off this week, which leads me to believe, since tomorrow's Sunday, that on Monday, all of their stuff will be regular price again. Because remember, if Hobby Lobby does the flip-flop every other week, all their florals are 50% off. So this guy here, I got today, it's $6.99, so I got it half off. And I thought it was really interesting. If you look here, it's those little styrofoam balls, and they're the perfect color of teal. And they had it in, I think, green and orange and pink, no, pink and yellow. They had it in pastel colors, so it's definitely an Easter seasonal thing. So I snatched that guy up real quick. We're definitely not using this whole bush, but it's going to add that crazy little... I felt this kind of looked sort of like seaweed in a way, like you'd see this under the water somewhere at the beach or the ocean, somewhere. And I felt like the color was great, so I grabbed that. I thought that would look good in the wreath. And then to pull out the coral in the sign here, I got these little guys here. And they're that foamy stuff. They're made out of like real soft type foamy material. You guys see here? That's what the leaves look like. They're real soft. There's no real wire except for in these stems here. But I got two of those. I will probably only use one. We'll see how it goes. I don't really know. I don't have that much experience with mesh, so you guys will have to coach me along, and we'll see what happens with all this. I'm going to do a ruffle technique. You guys have seen me do that before, so I'm comfortable with that. But we'll see how it goes when I add the sign and I add the florals and the bow, and then we'll just, hopefully it'll work out, right? Because we already know that I've done something with this before, it didn't work out. So let me get my mesh open here, and I'll check in to see what you guys are saying. Irene's in New Jersey. Hi, guys. Deborah, you're in Wyoming. Oh, yeah, Margaret's in the UK. It's 4 a.m. Irene, Ruffles rock. Yes, they do, because they're easy. They're easy, and they're it's like a messy look. You can't go wrong with a messy look, right? At least that's what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm sticking with, guys. Let's see. Me too, you have some control. I mean, like you have control over the ruffles, yeah. Even though it's like supposed to be messy. It's like supposed to be all scrunched up. That's why I think I like to do it. Complementing color, yes. Because I have done that. I've used a whole roll on a project and ran out. So, oh, wait, I've got the perfect color. I can kind of cut a few pieces and kind of tie it in. I've done that before. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me pan up a little bit. You see this big guy on the wall here? That is about 3 or 4 years old. I made that. That's the only poof mesh wreath I've ever made that I like. And that has two kinds of mesh in it. You can't see it very well, but the orange is an orange and green plaid with a little bit of a gold foil in it. And then it was really thin after I put all the poofs in. So I added a lime green and moss colored mesh. It's kind of like a double color. That's all from Craft Outlet. And then that's when I was able to put the extra ribbons and all that to make it look full. And since then, and that's mine, I've had that on my front door every fall. It's on the inside of my front door every fall since I made it about 4 years ago. And I'm still kind of on the fence about it. I do love it. It's a really big wreath. That's one of the bigger forms. That's a work form. It's definitely not a 10-inch. I think that's the 12-inch that goes up to 24. So at the end, that one, that's a really big guy. That's the only poof wreath I've ever made that I'm actually confident in, and I like it, which is why I kept it. So this today, we'll see how this works out. I mean, and now I'm thinking now, I glued there's a pumpkin in there and a couple hydrangea and a couple sunflowers. I glued into that, so I don't know what I'm thinking about not being able to do that. We'll see how it goes. It's just been so long since I've done it. You can see right next to it, there's a square fall wreath right here. My go-to is grapevines and things that I can staple into that maybe you can, I don't know. It's my comfort zone, so we'll see what happens with mesh. I have a whole bunch of mesh, so you'd think I'd use it more often. I do like to put it in different things, so let's get started cutting this guy. I got a tip a while back. Hold on, guys. I don't want to start real quick before I read what we got going on here. Stayed up late to watch you. Thanks, Beverly. Appreciate that. You gotta get your Z's, though. Susan, who bet it work out. That's good. Jan, you're in Florida. Nice to join me. Okay, so you guys are all East Coasters. It's late. It's really late. Okay. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started cutting the mesh. This is 10-inch mesh, and what I would normally do is cut it in it's 10 inches wide, and then it's 30 feet. There's 30 feet long of it. And you can kind of see the jute in there. You see how they woven the jute into this turquoise mesh. It's really pretty. So I'm hoping we'll still get to see that effect after I get all that little ruffle in there. That's like the easiest way to do it. I saw someone had said they watched a video by, I think it's called Hardworking Mom or something like that. She has a Facebook page. She does a lot of really good lives, and she makes some really excellent mesh wreaths. And she was cutting it into longer strips than I think I was cutting mine into 10-inch strips. So I'm going to double it and see how many more I need. I can't remember. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I think it was, I want to say it's 30 inches, but I think that might be wrong because I don't even have 30 inches of space on my work here. I think it's, I'm not sure. Oh, Kathleen, you're in California. Okay, so same time as you as me. It's about 8 o'clock. Hi, Carrie from Oregon. Nice. 30. Oh, Linda. So it is 30 inches. 30 for fullness. Okay. Oh, yes. All right, good. That's all I needed to hear, guys. And actually, I'm not going to start cutting that yet because I want this stuff here to, let me push this back down, make sure you guys can see everything I'm doing. Got my glue gun, got my hot glue skillet going. We're going to get this stuff together. So on this sign that I bought, I'm going to take off these staples because I'm going to take out this little rope thing that they gave you to hang it on. And we'll see if I got those other two out pretty easy. And I'm going to put the classic, there we go. I'm going to put the classic holders of a couple chenille stems. There we go, that worked. And let's see. Make sure the staples go in the trash. That's kind of short. Normally, you guys, I save everything, but I think I'm just going to chuck this. It's really short and it's kind of ratty, so I'm going to get rid of it. All right, guys. I'm going to staple on the two. I'm going to try and get this tag off. I don't want that to show on the back. Let's see what we can do. Although this is kind of a rougher wood, so it might not come off. Never mind. Nice. My My mom and my grandma had a saying, slicker than snot. It's kind of gross, but you guys ever heard that? It's slicker than snot. Sorry guys, but my mom and my grandma my grandma had some awesome sayings. My mom still says them all. So they slicker and snot. Did mine 20 in today and it worked out good. Oh, so Susan, you did 20-inch lengths. You cut them in 20-inch lengths and it worked out. I'm going to try to go 30 and see how much I can get, because I think with the 30 inches we only need one ruffle per tie. And I have, let me see how many I got here. This one's slid around a little bit. It did, yeah. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Let me start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I only have 12 things on here, or 12 twist ties. So if I need more, I'm just going to end up using my chenille stems. Shouldn't be an issue, but we'll see. Let's see. Kathleen, what did I use to take the sticker off? This is a little razor blade tool. I got this at a like an auto place. I think I got it at an AutoZone. And it's just a little tool scraper, and then you replace it. Oh, hold on, it's plastic. Of course, I bought it because it was neon pink. I think I was in there getting windshield wipers or something for my car, and it just kind of opens up, and then you replace the. You get razor blades at the store, and I've had it for a very long time, so I don't know if you'll see it, but they do have something similar to this at Walmart, and I've seen, in the hardware section. This isn't in the crafting area. This would have been in the hardware section. And it says it's on here. It says mini scraper. So it's a tiny little mini scraper, but I use this for everything. I do. I have one in my kitchen also. I use it to get tags off of stuff, but that's what I use mainly in here, to get stickers off of things. 20 or 30 works, okay. Also, Jan and Susan, you guys use that saying, slicker and snot, huh? All right, good. 30 makes a pretty ruffle. Awesome. I'll have to check that out. Nice. Okay, guys. So what I'm going to do, you guys see, this is the regular size chenille stem. I'm just going to literally stick it right in the middle here. I'm going to put 2 staples in it, and then I'm going to put hot glue over both of those. Actually, now that's in there really good, but just for security, I'm going to just shoot some glue over the top of those and then let that dry. I mean, this is a kind of a softer wood right here, so that's probably why the staples just sunk into it so well. Some of the other signs I bought before, they're a little bit harder, a little bit coarse, and so there's a lot more give, and then you end up having a little bit of room, and your pipe cleaners move around on you a little bit. Yeah. So that's just a regular staple gun, guys. A lot of people ask every time they see it. I got this at Sears many moons ago, but you can get identical ones to this. As far as the same style, I like the part where you push down with your hand instead of squeezing up. I had carpal tunnel years ago. I had surgery, so this lends more help to with my thumb. That's why I like this style for stapling. But this was a Sears purchase back in the day. I don't even know if Sears sells tools anymore, guys. Do they? Because, I mean, for a while, the Craftsman brand was a Sears thing. But I haven't been into Sears for a long time. But this is this little guy right here. It's mini. It's small. I like it. I have all kinds of tiny tools. I have a little tiny hammer, too. Let me show you my hammer. Look how cute it is. So I got a little staple gun, I got a little hammer. I got this at Walmart like a month ago, guys, so you can still get this. This is cute. So I got little tiny tools. They think they're fun. And yeah, I'm one of those girls that buy things because they're cute. But I've used that hammer, and my husband's actually came in here and borrowed that hammer too. All right, guys, got some glue strings. I'm gonna show you real quick. That's what we did. You see here, we stapled it in, and then I just put little blobs of glue over the staples. And so that girl is ready to go right on top as soon as we're done putting all that mesh on. So I'm going to push this out of the way a little bit, get my ribbon over here. And I'm going to start cutting 30 inches. We'll see how this goes, guys. I don't foresee a problem. but you never know. Let me see. Now, oh, my mat is 35 inches, so I'll be okay. For some reason, I thought I didn't have enough space here. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a counterweight. So I got like I need something heavier. I'm going to use this box. I have a box of my pinking shears here, but it's good enough weight to hold the mesh down because you can see it starts to curl up on its own. So you can't see down here, but I'm keeping it all the way at the edge of my 1-inch mark over here. I'm going to roll this girl out. And I'm going to find 30 and cut it. So I'm going to move my silicone mat up a little bit. This little pink mat here I got on Amazon with a bunch of other little tools. And it is awesome. Nothing sticks to it. Hot glue, regular glue, craft glue, everything peels off of it. It's pretty awesome. Okay. Keep breaking your nails. Hello from Minnesota. Hi, Annette. Pink tools. Yes, that's right. I'd love to have that. That's all our Sears sells. That and appliances. Oh, so they're only tools and appliances now? I know that there's a Sears, like a little outlet store sort of over by me in my side of town. But I think they closed it. It was literally just appliances. Like there was no department store. But our malls, we have a few malls here in Las Vegas. They still have Sears in them with the clothing and the home goods and stuff like that. But I didn't know if they had the tools in the malls anymore. But yeah, that staple gun has been with me for, I would say, probably over 20 years. I've had that staple gun longer than I've been married to my husband. And we've been together for 13 years. So I know I've had it longer than 13 years. So again, guys, I'm rolling it out, and I'm just going to start cutting 30-inch slices, or 30-inch pieces. And I want to see how many I get. Again, I think I counted 12, right, guys? I was talking, of course. I'm good at that, right? I'll talk a little bit too much. And I forgot how many I counted. So I'm just going to cut enough to put one in every single one of these twist ties, and then we'll go from there. If we need to add more, we can adjust and add them with pipe cleaners. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so I'm going to cut 12 at first, and we'll see how full the wreath looks, and then I'll ask you guys what you think, if I should add more or if it's just too see-through. I think that's part of the reason why I think I need a little bit more practice with mesh. To me, it always seems like it's a little bit too naked. It needs more to it, even with ribbon and all kinds of other goodies. To me, it always kind of looks like it still has too many holes, too much see-through. So we'll see how this goes, guys. I'm a little excited. I haven't done a full mesh wreath for a long time, and it's also good that you guys are here with me because you guys have already helped me with my measurements. Let's see, 3. 4. It's starting to roll up a little bit more. 3, 4, 5. Oh, and if anyone's asking, this little rotary cutter I'm using, I got this at Walmart, but it's a Fiskars brand rotary cutter. You can get them at anywhere. I got it in the fabric aisle at Walmart, but you can buy these little rotary. Oh, the name is kind of rubbing off on it. Yeah, it's again backwards because of that Facebook goodie, but it's a Fiskars brand cutter. It's just a little. I think it's the smallest one you can buy. You can buy bigger ones for mesh. I don't really see a reason why it's still the same. And these little rotary braids here, they're expensive. And no matter where you get them, they're the same price. It's like one of those things where it's just a set price no matter where you buy it. I've bought them at Michael's. I've bought them at replacement blades. I bought at Michael's. I've bought at Walmart. It doesn't matter where you go. They're the same price. And they're a little pricey. But it's actually so much easier to use these rotary cutters when cutting mesh. Oh. because you don't actually have to pick it up, and you know you're at least getting a somewhat accurate cut when you're cutting straight up on your line on your mats. I forgot, I lost count. What are we doing here? One wreath lady's husband created a stand to hold the mesh. It holds 2 10-inch or one. Oh, you know, I think I saw it. I think I saw that online the other day. Pull it off as you need it. Yeah. What mesh are you using? Okay, Teresa, I'm using this mesh. It's basic mesh ribbon with jute. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And you can see here, it's just the turquoise mesh with the jute through it. You can buy something similar to this, the same type with jute, on craftoutlet.com for a much cheaper price. This was $10 a roll, $9.99, and it wasn't on sale. But I bought it because I wanted to do this with you guys this weekend, and I didn't buy it, and I didn't do my supply order. But sometimes spending a little bit extra is worth it if you want it, if it's convenient. But it's just a regular 10-inch wide mesh. This isn't the 21-inch. This is a 10-inch wide mesh. Let's see. Forgot the name, but Red Dirt Wreath has it on her wall. Oh, another mesh holder? That's cool. Red Dirt Wreath. I'll take a look. With 18 to 30-inch ruffles, and I used 1.5 rolls of mesh. Okay, well, it's a good thing that I bought a second one. Thank you for that, Trish. That's really good tips there. Looked pretty neat. Okay. Oh, true, Tina. Yeah, you can use the 140% off coupon on it if you need to. At Hobby Lobby? Yeah, you definitely can. I don't think that I've seen if Michael's actually has. Their mesh selection is kind of not too good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're going to need to use that second one, so it's a good thing I bought it. So that's 9. Yeah, that's not, well, I might have enough to get 12 out of this, because this is a 10-inch form. I'm using a smaller 10-inch form, but I believe that you buy the, we'll see, let's see, because I'm rolling out more and more. 9, 10. So I need to get 2 more off of this roll. We'll see if I can squeeze it out, and then we'll just start putting it on the form. If we have to cut more, we will cut more, guys. It's not an issue. So let's see. This is going to be 11. I think I have enough off of this one roll. And hopefully, because that's a smaller form, we won't have to use as much as Trish did. We'll see. We'll see, Trish. You made an 18-inch wreath with 30-inch ruffles. Okay, guys, so take note. Trish made an 18-inch wreath with the 30-inch ruffles, and she used 1.5 rolls. Oh, check that out. This is exactly, yeah, this is awesome. You know, and that's such a small amount. I'm tempted to just, I'm going to leave that a little bit longer. That way we're not wasting too much, because that's got a crazy curl in it. So I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to throw the rest away. Actually, I'm saving these. My sister wants these. She has something crazy planned. I guess she's going to cut them up, or I don't know what she's going to do. But these mesh roll tubes are a little bit, they're a nice sturdy cardboard. And my sister's asked me to save them, and I have no idea what she's planned, but it'll probably be awesome. Okay, guys, so I got my 12 rolls. So now let's just start putting these in. This is, to me, this is the quick fun part. There's something about squishing up all the mesh, the ruffles. It's fun. I don't know if it's relaxing. I don't know what it is. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start on the outside ring here. So I'm going to put this off to the side a little bit. Let me see if I can get you guys down a little bit there. There's a little bit more of my space. So I'm going to grab this first one, and I'll show you guys here. Got to kind of unravel it just a little bit and flip it over. Okay, so I got it kind of flat on the surface, right? You got your hands in the middle, your mesh is here. So you're going to take the middle, and you're going to use your fingers, and you're just going to pinch upward. And then this is the part that's kind of fun and easy. So you just start grabbing, and with my middle fingers and my index fingers, you just keep grabbing the mesh, and just keep grabbing the mesh, grab the mesh, and you can hold it with one hand and kind of unravel that a little bit more here, and then just keep going right through the middle. There's no like exact science to it, rhyme or reason or anything, and then you end up with this cute little bundle of curly goodies. Because normally The other wreaths I've made, I didn't use 30-inch sections. I used longer pieces. So the longer pieces ended up, you needed to have 2 or 3 of them. So this is kind of actually the first time, actually not kind of, this is the first time I've done this, and this is actually pretty full. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm going to just open up one of these longer ones on the back, on the outside ring first. Set that right in the middle. And take your ties, kind of cinch it down a little tight, and just twist it. I put 2 twists in there, and leave it long, because we're going to put more ribbon and stuff in. And then grab your next one. I'm going to grab these little tight ones. Grab your next cut piece, and we'll go at it. Let's see here. What do we have? Oh, Candace, you use those rolls for making bouquets. That's a good idea, because that is a really good sturdy, it's a good sturdy cardboard. It's very good. Yep. Carrie, is there a right or wrong way to do ruffles? I don't believe so. I mean, it doesn't even matter if you have this flipped or not. If you have enough little pinch, if you've pinched it enough in the middle, this is the effect you want to go for. Do you see this ruffly, wavy line? This is what happens when you're gathering up the middle. It creates these cute little, pretty little ruffles. And that's basically all you're going for, is just pinch it and squish it as much as you can. And as long as you see ruffles, you're doing it right, sister. No worries on that. So I'm grabbing it, and then index finger and middle fingers, kind of walking it up the middle. I'm going to unravel it a little, walk up the middle, unravel it, walk up the middle, and then you've got your piece. You're holding it. I'm going to go over here to the next one on the outside ring. I'm going to place that in there, cinch it down twice, and then do 2 twists on that. I'm going to like adjust this and pull these out and play with them a little bit after we're done in just a little bit. I'm just going to place them all in there, and then the mesh is really forgiving. I can at least remember that from a few I've made. So you can kind of pull on it and tug on it, and it's not really going to go anywhere. It's not going to bend or anything. Now it's plastic, so I mean, if you set it outside and it gets wet, it should be fine. I don't know about the jute though. Regular mesh should be fine, but again, if you're putting it in a hot area, I mean, I live in the desert, it gets a couple hundred. It feels like a couple hundred degrees, but I mean, it gets really hot outside. So if you put this on the metal door in August out here, some of the hot glue might get mad at you, and the mesh itself might get smushed, and over time it will keep that shape. I know some people have said to use a blow dryer on them, kind of warms it up and it'll reshape it for you, but I mean, I think the hottest day of our summer this past year in 2017, I want to say it got to 117. I know it got over 111, but that's pretty hot. And then most of the front doors in our city are metal. They're like an aluminum cup. The newer house builds are all aluminum, so a mesh wreath on that kind of door might not last very long. The majority of the time when I make stuff, it all stays inside for me. Most of my wreaths, they're so pretty, I want to see them all the time, and I don't ever hardly use my front door. Nobody really sees it. Just people who come over. I have a tendency to put my lesser expensive stuff outside, stuff that doesn't take me a long time to make, or a decent, doesn't have a lot put into the supplies, that kind of thing. So this may even just stay indoors. I personally am not a beach person. I've only been to the beach a few times in California. Obviously I live in the desert, but this isn't really my personal taste. So this guy's gonna go, this girl, she'll be up on Etsy for sale for whoever is interested in a going coastal beach house, lake house, East Coast, West Coast person. Let's see. That's gonna go there. I know. 1, 2, 3. Now these are moving around a little bit. Normally this doesn't happen, but once we put the mesh on there, it'll fill itself up and then it'll keep it where it needs to go. Let's see. Let's see. Let me go back down here. Is it right or wrong way? Thank you. Okay. Where did you buy for your form? The form, this little wire form, this is a work form, a pencil. It's a pencil work wreath form. It's a 10-inch. I got it on craftoutlet.com. And it's fairly inexpensive. I want to say it's only a couple bucks. Maybe $2.99, $3.99. The larger ones are a little bit more. But this is a pretty small form. Oh, do you like your white caddy? Was going to purchase one, however, they were a little pricey. Yes, that I got at Michael's many, many years ago. I think I got it maybe 5 years ago. And I was actually pretty surprised to see that they still had them, even just this last time. They're $50, but Michael's was running a 50% off of their storage, so you could get it for 25 bucks. So I absolutely love it. That thing is chock full. Everything I want is right there and available. This is a biohazard sticker my sister got me because we play video games and we're weird like that. So I had to put a little bit of something crazy in my flowery, feminine, girly craft room. Everybody's got some weird hobbies, right? Everything is flowers and femininity and pretty ribbon. Let me put a biohazard sticker in the middle of all of it. That's me and my sister. We do weird stuff like that. Same thing always, like I crocheted her a little zombie head for her beanie. I crocheted like a little face, and then I put like a button for one eye and then a red X for the other, so the zombie was missing an eye. It was super, super cute. It'd be really cute for a little boy's beanie also, but yeah, I crocheted that for a little while ago. That's how I am. Got super, super girly, and then I got, video game stuff, you name it. Becky, first time watching. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Stick around because, Becky, I got a lot of stuff for tomorrow. Tomorrow's my Super Bowl of wreaths. We're going to be crafting while the guys are watching the game. Well, not in my house, but wherever you guys are, if you want to escape and get away while the game's on, just hop on my feed and we're going to have lots of stuff made. I got a good amount of things planned for tomorrow, so I'm going to start at noon Pacific Standard Time, and then I'm going to go in through at least part of the game. I know the game starts at 3 o'clock p.m. or 3:30 p.m. my time, Pacific. So, at least that's what Google told me. I said, Google, when does Super Bowl start? It said 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard. I mean, it just said 3:30 p.m. because my phone knows where I live. So that's where I asked. So I'm pretty sure that's what it said. So I'm starting at noon, guys. Let's see. Beverly, bought the white caddy when I saw yours. Love it. Perfect. I'm so glad you guys got that's the best part is like, it's your best kind of review. So you already know and see someone else is using it, and you can actually watch them use it and see how it functions. You see, like I have this little flashlight just hooked onto the side of it. It's a tiny little flashlight here just for stuff. And it's not meant to do that, but I hooked that on there. It's got all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I love it. I really do. I've had it for more than, I want to say more than 5 years. I had this in my other house, and I've been in this house for 4 years already. So I think I've had that for 5 or 6 years. And Michael still sells them. It's that Recollections brand storage. It's a storage craft caddy. Normally $49.99. And I was like, wow. Because, I mean, a lot of you guys were asking me, I think one of my lives I did. And then just by chance, I got a notification on my phone one day that they were doing storage sale. And the picture they were using on their coupon was the caddy. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me share this with my friends on my Crafty page. So you guys can go hop on over and grab one. Especially since they were 50% off. That was even better. Alright guys, here's the outer ring. The outer ring is done. And I gotta do the inner ring. But I'm still a little concerned. It's kind of see-through. I don't know. I'm nervous. You guys, hold on. I'm nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. Why am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I only have 5 in the middle. That's why. Okay. Let's see what you guys have going on here. We get medium-high 90s, but the humidities that kill you when you step out of the shower feels like you never get dried off. Makeup, forget about it. Hair, pony. Oh my gosh, Jan. So that means, like, my hair is super straight. I have to glue the curl into it because my hair won't take curl. So that means wherever you are. Oh, Jan, are you in Florida? Are you the one in Florida? Wherever you are, I would never be able to do that. My hair would be so flat. Oh my gosh. Pam is a beach girl. Love that you're doing a beach wreath. Need to come to the East Coast for vacation on the Outer Banks. It will make you a beach person. Oh, I believe it. Now, when I went to the ocean in California, the couple times I went, I was mesmerized to see that type of to see that type of water and just, yeah. You guys know I don't travel much. That's why I told you guys I'm terrified to travel, let alone alone. But it'll be like my 3rd time ever on an airplane. To Texas in June for the Wreath Makers live convention that I'm going to. Let alone being alone and flying. It's going to be in Fort Worth, Dallas Fort Worth, and a lot of people say, hey, in June it's hot. I was like, oh yeah, I know. I mean, I live in Las Vegas. I know hot. And my husband, who's traveled all over many times, out of the country, in the country, for all you name it, for work, he told me, no, it's a different type of humidity, and he knows that I don't deal well with the heat we have here in our desert. So he said, just take it easy. Just take it easy. I said, all right, we'll see how my hair holds up. And I'll be checking in with you guys while I'm there. I'm going to want to share a lot of stuff with you. So I'll probably do a few little, just, Q&A things in the hotel room. I don't believe we're going to be able to do any kind of live broadcasting during the actual convention. I'm pretty sure they're not going to allow that. But I'll probably do a Q&A type thing in my hotel room after each day. It's 2 days long. It's on a Friday and a Saturday. So I'll probably do something like that. And I'll be on Texas time, which I think is Central. Is Texas Central, guys? I think it is. So I got some stuff planned, but I also don't know what the itinerary is of the event yet. But you guys will be with me the whole time. I'll keep you guys posted, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So now I'm on the 2nd level here, guys. I started doing this is only the 2nd one, and I mean it's filling up pretty good. And we're gonna add ribbon to this, so I think we'll be okay. But I'm gonna ask your opinion in about 3 more rolls, and we'll see if I should add more. I think it might be too squished, but we'll see. I have a whole nother roll, so it won't really. I have a whole nother roll, so it's not like we're not gonna run out of anything. Let's see. Let's see. Trust the process. Trust the process, girl. It's okay. Let's see. About the caddy. Let me check in real quick, guys. Becky, your grandson is a gamer. First time watcher. Well, thank you for joining me, Becky. We got a lot of stuff planned this weekend. It's the perfect time. Tonight, this is just the Beach Wreath. I already did a supply run, a supply one before. If you want to check back, you can watch that on Facebook or YouTube. And I got a lot of stuff planned for tomorrow. So thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, Becky. And Linda, I'm glad to see you too. Thank you so much. Carol, thank you so much. Trish, that's nice. Thank you. Kathleen, it'll work out. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it's the, you just need to hear someone tell you it'll be okay. You're just like, I know in my mind, if I rationalize, I'm fine, it'll be okay. And then sometimes you just want to hear, it'll be okay. Thank you. Trust me. All you need is that tiny little assurance, whether it's a stranger, your spouse, your parent, your kid. It'd be kind of awesome just to hear someone say, hey, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. Gathering up in the middle, guys. It's getting actually easier. Now, 30 inches is a lot longer than I've ever done before, but, I mean, it's a good amount to hold here. See, that's a good amount of mesh to be squishing. But it is a lot easier than cutting them shorter and having to use 2 or 3 of them at one time. And then, yeah, you guys are right. It's easier because you also get a better ruffle. Do you see? That's 1 ruffle right here. That's kind of awesome. It's kind of really pretty awesome. I like it a lot. All right. Trust the process, girl. I like that. It'll work out once you add ribbon. It's going to be great. Nice. Thank you. You're in Ohio, Beverly. Snow and cold. Oh my gosh. It got to 70-some degrees today here. I actually didn't even wear my sweater. I was like, oh, it's kind of sad because it's like it doesn't feel like it should be that warm yet. We're barely into February and we're already in this, we're getting into like the low 70s. It's like, well, what happened to winter? And I know all you guys are probably done with it. You want it to go. You're sick of the snow, the freezing cold. And I'm out here like, well, where did my winter go? It's not time yet. It's too early to be this warm. I think at my desk the other day at work, I actually had to turn my fan on when I got back from lunch. I was also wearing long sleeves and a sweater. And somebody in the office decided to turn the air up to boiling. Or the heat up to boiling. Because normally at my desk when I get to work, I'll take my sweater off, but I'll put it on my legs, like over my lap while I'm working, because for some reason my legs, my knees and my legs will get cold. But I think it was Thursday or Friday, I actually turned a little fan on I keep on my desk because I got hot at my desk. I'm like, what? I'm sitting at my desk on the computer and I'm hot. There's something wrong with this. It's only February 2nd. Why is it so warm? Alright guys, last one that I have cut for those 12 pieces. So let's see if this is working out. Now these white twists, obviously you guys know these white twists are going to go away. We're going to cut them out so you can't see them. Because I like the brown and the jute that we're going to be, the jute and brown colors, it's not really, it's not going to work. Plus, I know that you can get these in that beige or burlappy tan color. And the only one that I have of that size is a really big one. That's the 12 to 24 inch ones. And it's just a regular work wreath. It's not a pencil. This is the pencil kind. It's just a thinner twist tie on it. They call it pencil. And the other one is just normal, so it's got a big fluffier one. I like to leave those in so that you can see them. Because they look like a little bit of extra, detail on things. And I just got some stragglers here, guys. They're pretty long. I'm just going to cut them out. Yeah, everyone knows you get fraying. Now you should get less fraying because I made less cuts using the 30-inch pieces. But somebody had mentioned before on one of my other lives, one of our little crafty friends had said that she buys a spray that you can spray onto your mesh and it won't ravel, or it won't fray off. I thought that was kind of nifty sounding. And then I guess someone had said you could always use hairspray, or am I thinking of glitter? I think hairspray is with glitter. If you buy a flower, you can hairspray that thing and the lacquer will keep it on. Alright guys, so let me just kind of tug on these a little bit. And then I'll show you guys the finished product. We'll see if this thing is full enough. I mean, they're designed to have so many ties because that's what they were pre-made to say, you know, this is how many you need. It should be full. It should look nice. So let's see what we got here. Just going to organize or kind of tug on them a little bit and spread them out and get the ruffles up here and down there and all that good stuff. Jan got nosebleeds in Vegas. Yeah, a lot of my friends that have moved from more humid climates have had that it takes an adjustment time. My sister had a friend a long time ago when she was in high school that moved here from another state. I forget where she moved here from. It was East Coast, but that poor thing, her hands were drying out and her elbows were bleeding. She needed so much special lotion because she was just not acclimating to our dry weather. Also, in Vegas, we have very hard water. There's so much calcium in our water. The pipes in the house get clogged up real quick. So, you know, water softeners used to be a lot more popular back in the day. Not many houses have them now, but you can buy them. But we have really hard water out here too. So a lot of people say it's harder on your hair and your skin. I, of course, do not know any better. It's all I've ever had. So maybe when I get to Texas, my first shower will feel different. You guys think that's going to happen? Is that weird? I'm like, oh, maybe Texas won't have hard water like we do here in Vegas. Do you like the polydeco mesh? I think polydeco mesh, isn't it all the same? I don't know the difference between deco mesh, polydeco mesh. I usually just buy whatever I think looks pretty in the casing or in the package. I'm not sure if there's a difference. Ribbon will fill it in. That's good. Thank you, Jan. Mary, you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so they're seeing that. They'd said that they're not going to do more tickets this year, but she said that next time around that she's going to look for more openings because it sold out in about an hour. So, no worries, Mary. Maybe next year. Sorry. Is there a wreath? Is there a website to check out the wreath convention? Yeah, it's Wreath Makers Live. It's called Wreath Makers Live. You should be able to see it. There's no more available spots, but you can read up on it. OCD kicks in. Yes, Jan. I think, Jan, you understand me very well. Yes, you do, Jan. You understand me very well. Candace, you're in Arizona, so yeah, you're like me. You didn't have a winter. Did not have a winter at all. Kathleen, it's called E6000 adhesive spray. So it's the adhesive spray that keeps it from fraying. How do you spray it on before you cut it, or do you spray it on after you cut it? Has anybody ever used it? E6000. Okay, so another Trish says yes, adhesive spray. Krylon spray adhesive and clear if resistance. May need to change your blade in the cutter. Yeah, a little bit, Pam. It's kind of, I wasn't pushing hard enough. Once you get a ribbon, 30-inch ribbon worked well. Florida has terrible water. Oh, it does? You don't have, you got hard water too. Let's see. Are you using only your phone for camera? It's great. Yeah, it's just my cell phone. This isn't my new camera for YouTube. This is just Facebook Live, so it's just my phone camera. So hopefully maybe I got better Wi-Fi tonight. He would spray it on now in that stage. Oh, after. So you put the wreath together and then you spray it now so it stops the fray. Oh, okay. That's pretty nifty. Maybe I'll look into that, you guys, and I'll test it out, and I'll do like one without the spray, and one with spray, and then like we'll do like a little sciencey thing. See how it works. See if you got it for, because see now you guys, I'm pulling off these sprayed pieces because they're kind of driving me crazy. All right, guys, so this is our poofy little girl. Now remember, ignore these white pieces because we're going to get rid of that, but we're going to cut ribbon right now, and we're going to place ribbon in there. Alright, here's the back of it. It's kind of just your normal average wreath. It's supposed to look all ruffly on the back, ruffly on the front. And yeah, it's kind of poofy. I'm kind of pushing it down to get it to lay flat. So yeah, I'm not going to add any extra. So that kind of worked out. If you get a 10-inch pencil work wreath, 10-inch pencil work wreath, you only need to use one roll of 10-inch mesh. Cutting it in 30-inch lengths. That worked out perfect because this was all that we had left over. That last one I added an extra, I left a little it was 12 inches, or sorry, it was 32 inches because I didn't want to waste it. I really like it, guys, so let's just keep trucking along and we'll see. You guys have told me that the ribbon will fill it in. So let's keep going at it. Now here's all my ribbon selections. I'm gonna do ribbon streamers, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna go, let's see, where am I at here? I need to do them about 2 inches longer than this. I think this is, Julie Samaka has a really good tutorial on her YouTube channel about adding ribbon streamers to a mesh wreath. And she said basically you want to measure from the base of where your tie is up to the end of the mesh, like where it's going to stick out at, and then you want to go 2 inches longer. If that's right, yeah, you want to go 2 inches longer so that your ribbon will stick out in those places. So then I would need to go to 1, 2. I need to do these at about, and then double it because that's just one streamer. So 5.5 and 5.5 is 11 inches. Boy. So I'm going to cut one set each and we'll see how it goes. Now this is mesh ribbon. This is actual, it's bought at Hobby Lobby and it doesn't actually say it on there. It just says the brand. It's the Robert, what is that, Langley collection. But this is a coral mesh ribbon with like an iridescent foil type in the middle of it. I don't believe I can cut this without it raveling too much, so my concern is that maybe what I need to do, and just, let's see how it goes here, guys, because if I cut this too much, no, actually, never mind, it's not going to fray it's not going to fray very much. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Let's do one of each, and I'll show you guys and we'll see how it works out. So what did I say? I needed 11. I'm going to try cutting it at a diagonal on this because the other ones I'm going to dovetail, but this one I want to leave a little bit of interest in it, so I'm just going to diagonal it. It'll probably fray a little bit, but do you see how I put, I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. You can see I kind of just cut a diagonal on it just to get that little bit of extra, just a little bit of extra on it, nothing crazy. So I wanted to do what did I say, 5.5 and 5.5, so I need to do 11 inches. Here's 11 inches from there. Let me see how this is going to look. Yeah, that's cute. That's really cute. I was worried that it might not... we'll see. You guys know I'm not... I already said before, I'm a little nervous about it, but I will take your advice. Trust the processor. Trust the system, girl. All right, you got it. I will. So let's see. I'm going to need to... I got ribbon scissors for this. I'm just cutting that little bent piece off where they kind of fold it over. It never really looks right after that. So I'm just going to cut this, guys. I'm going to cut one of each. I'm going to dovetail it, stick it in there, and then I'm going to ask your opinion. And after that, we'll just keep cutting ribbon. And I will... I'll keep checking out your comments, you guys. See what you guys have. If you have questions, suggestions... feel free, add that in the comments now, and we'll go for it. We're so far having a good time. This little fluffy ruffle wreath is turning out okay. Of course, I got the florals to put in there still too, and that's another little woo. We'll see how it goes, because once I put hot glue on it, you know, there's no return. I'm just dovetailing, guys. If you're not familiar with the dovetail, you take your ribbon, you fold it in half, you have a folded side and then your wire side. You're going to cut diagonally up from the folded side to your wired side, and that's a dovetail. So that's for any of you beginners out there, and that's a dovetail. You get that cute little V in it. Alright guys, so I'm going to take my mesh ribbon first, and I'm going to put the polka dot on top, and then I'm going to put my 1.5. So I have two 2.5 inch widths and one 1.5 inch width, and I'm put them and stack them all together like this, and I'm just going to pinch them in the middle, and I'm going to place them right down in the middle of that twist tie that you've already tied on. You've already twisted for your mesh. I'm going to twist it twice. And I'm going to kind of bend it down to hide it a little bit before I cut it off. I don't want to cut it off just yet. So I'm going to take these ribbons and kind of push one way, twist it, pull it out a little bit more, and then take them the opposite direction on the other side. And then kind of pull it, twist it a little bit more. I don't know how I feel, you guys. I'm trying to hide this twist tie so I don't cut it off, but you can still see the little white. You can still see the little white thingy popping out. What do you guys think? These are the colors I was going for. You see what it... I like that iridescent coral color on there. I don't know. Do I need more ribbon? Maybe I need to pick another ribbon, like 4 ribbons. I think once I get all 12 of them on there, it might fill in. Annette says cut the ribbon at 12. All right, I'll do that. That's fine. Okay, I have more than people. We might need to go to 12 inches, especially if you're going to dovetail the ends. Yeah, okay, guys, I'll cut all of them 12. This looks so pretty, high quality. Where's your favorite place to buy ribbon? All right, Pam, my favorite place to buy ribbon is everywhere. I buy a lot of ribbon off of Craft Outlet, but then I get a lot of it from Hobby Lobby and a lot of it from Michael's. So Michael's is really good for local purchase, and then I'll get a very good, decent amount from Craft Outlet. They have a really good quality. This is Sam's Club ribbon, and these two I bought at Hobby Lobby. So today there's no Craft Outlet or Michael's in this, but okay, guys, y'all like it, so that's good. That's good. Any thoughts on placement of the sign? I'm going to place the sign right in the center. It's going to go right in the center after I put the ribbon on. As a rule, Trish cuts at 14 inches with a 30-inch ruffle. Does it? Yeah, and Trish, you don't have a preference on the length of the ribbon if it's a smaller wreath? Because this is a 10-inch girl right underneath here. It's a 10-inch. Does it matter? Where did my sign go? Sign's gonna go just literally right here in the center. I'm gonna set it right on top in the middle. It's gonna get nestled down in there. Yeah, I'm gonna twist this. I think I already twisted it twice, but I'm gonna twist it another time. And then I'm gonna cut all those off at the end once we're done. So there's 12. I need to cut 11 more of these. So I know I've watched Beautiful Mesh, Lauren with Beautiful Mesh. She makes some very pretty mesh stuff, mesh wreaths. So does Damon Oates. He's just awesome. He's just awesome at that. Found a pipe cleaner on the floor. So they have like this little, I think they have like a little way of doing your ribbon and just wrapping it around. And I don't have that down pat yet, guys. So I'm just going to cut 11 of these. So bear with me. I'm going to cut them at 12 inches. I'm going to take your advice because I believe you guys have only my best interest in mind, right? So I'm just going to cut 12-inch pieces. I'm going to just keep going at that, and then we'll dovetail them. A little time consuming. Just a little bit. But I mean, if you're sitting in your craft room or your living room or your dining room or wherever you make your crafty magic happen, maybe have like the TV on or conversation or talking with a friend or stuff like that. The little tedious stuff kind of just fades away and it doesn't take so long. So I'm just going to cut away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10, 11. So there's 11 of that. What are you guys going here? Trish, what is it, Trish? The ribbon just shows better. Oh, so you mean it just sticks out more? Okay, gotcha. So you get more ribbon. Olive. Oh, 14 inches olive. Okay, so you got a good. Okay, guys. Well, I already just cut all those at 12, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. My next one, I'll do 14. Okay, so one down. Let's cut this girl. I'm gonna cut these at diagonals. See if I can figure this out. Yeah, that was how I would do it. So I'm just going at a diagonal once I get to my measurement. So that one's going that way, and then I'm going to take this one and go that way. And that seems to be working out correctly, so I got the diagonals on each side. Lorianne, hi! Thanks for joining me, girl. What time is it where you're at? Thanks for joining. That's so awesome. I'm going to cut these diagonally as I go. And so far it hasn't really been too bad. This one kind of spread out a little bit on the ends when I put it on there, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Looks okay. Looks cute. Still makes me happy. All right, let's see. There's that. I'm going to go from here down to 12. Some of these I'm doing opposite, and some of these I'm doing the same, so I don't really know that it will matter once we get it on the wreath. If that's something that you can pick out with your eye, then you have a great eye. I don't know that I'm even going to notice it. And I'm usually a pretty observant, detail-oriented, organized, neat freak. Just to name a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need 3 more, guys. 3 more. 9. 10. 11. All right, so there's that one. Just have to dovetail those girls and get these guys started. What do we got here? Lauren is great. That's right. She is, Mary. I love watching her videos. Stick with what you're doing. It's awesome. Okay, good. Nice, Brenda. Thank you. Olive Diamond uses 14 inches, so he cuts all his goodies 14. Yeah, I think Beautiful Mesh, I think Lauren was doing 13. I think she has like this really cool like ruler type thing. Her husband cut a piece of wood for her, like a measuring, oh goodness, like a, oh, it's like a ruler, but it's just a perfect sized piece of wood for what she's looking for. And she makes full-size wreath. Now remember guys, this is a 10-inch form, so it's going to be pretty small. Oh look, I cut myself. Oh my goodness, you see that? I'm injured. I must have got myself with the rotary cutter. All right, guys, let me make sure I did not leave any DNA. Oh, that's not embarrassing at all, is it? Oh, geez, Whitney. All right. It's the worst thing in the world. You want to bleed on your project. All right, we look like we're okay. You guys, I'm going to have to go grab a Band-Aid, but there's a bathroom right here, so it'll be really, really fast. And I don't want to bleed on the project because nobody wants my extra DNA. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the little medical break. We're going to have, yeah, don't bleed on the wreath. I know, tell me about it, Trish. Red doesn't match, exactly. So we're going to take a little medical break and apply a Band-Aid to someone who is not apparently good with sharp objects. Jeez. I think it was my first time. All right, guys. Crisis averted. First aid, first aid. There, see, my finger won't bend, but we'll be okay. I saw a cute little tip on Facebook. It was like one of those things of, I think it's a page I follow, Did You Know, or something like that, where they give you a little tip on how to cut the sticky parts to put it around joints, and then you can like do a little X pattern, and it works because I've done it before. So yeah, just making sure. Okay, medical minute is over. Let's see, 12 is good for that size wreath. Perfect, thank you, Kathy. I love your style. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much. Pam, you like the diagonal. Good, thank you. Past my bedtime. That's for sure. So glad to catch you live. That's fun. Thank you so much, Lori. I appreciate it. I appreciate you staying up late. Let's see. Damon likes big and over the top. Yeah, I mean, I like them too. This girl is, I mean, this is a good size after all this mesh is on here. That frame in the middle looked really small, but it's pretty good. Cut myself, burn myself more than I care to admit. Yeah, get good. I'm not alone because I burn myself a lot, guys. A lot. That's just part of the game, isn't it? I just like, yes, I know. I just put molten hot lava glue on a project. Let me stick my finger in it. Yeah, that's kind of normal. I'm glad I'm not alone. Maybe I can get my medical minutes sponsored by Band-Aid brand. Get me some free Band-Aids, right? Everybody would love to have Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Craft Store. No, yeah, I would love to get Johnson & Johnson. I need some Band-Aids and burn cream. They really should do that, though. At a craft, I mean, they should have us one of the suppliers at the craft thing, you know, different burn creams and Band-Aids. And you ever look at a crafter's hand or a florist? Oh, geez. You talk about some messed up hands, you know, from all the water and the clipping and the cutting. I mean, I know at Christmas, after I've wrapped at least 20 presents, your hands are dry, you're cracked out. What does everybody else do? Can't tell me. I mean, I got lotions and stuff, but let me tell you. Oh, Mary, you're going to do a live soon. Yeah, it's scary. You guys, if you go back to my page and you watch the very first live I did it on a purple, they were paper cones, and I forget the name of it. Oh my gosh. And I love it. And my sister loves it, and I gave it to my sister. She loved it. It was a paper dahlia. I am so quiet. And I'm so like, okay, now you, it was very, very, it's normal. It's so normal. And for my first few lives, nobody showed up. So I didn't have to worry about that number at the top. Like right now I see 113, and that blows my mind. Well, 116. It blows my mind that there's that many people watching me right now. Like I'm that interesting, or, you know, you guys want to pick up some tips or just see what someone's doing. So I got a lot of people on. And I know that some of you guys have seen how many people does Damon, and then Nick Creticos from Nick Seasonal does Decor. I watch his, and Julie Samaka, and Trendy Tree, and who else? Mill and Dill Designs. They pull in some crazy numbers. I'm just blessed to have you 118 folks with me. I love every second of it. But my first maybe 5 or 6 lives, nobody was there. If you guys go back, you'll see there's like no comments. So it was almost like I was just talking to myself, and it gets really easy. And then you can pretend like, I pretend that I'm sitting across from my best friend and I'm showing her how to do something. Or I pretend that I'm just in here crafting and my husband's over there and we're just chit-chatting about stuff that we have to do, stuff like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Need 2 more. But it gets easy. Don't worry about it. People are either going to love you or they're going to not love you. And I haven't had too much issue with the people that don't love me. They haven't been horrible. And, I mean, on YouTube, I've had some pretty nasty comments that I've had to delete, but there's so many of you guys that are so wonderful to me and are encouraging and helpful and, you know, so much stuff that it just makes it so much easier to continue to do lives and to continue to have you guys join me. I had a lady who messaged me and said that, you know, her husband had passed away and she hadn't been in her craft room for a long time, and she watched one of my videos and was inspired to get back into crafting. And I literally cried when I read that. And I'm thinking about it right now and I'm getting a little misty, you guys. I'm a little emotional. I'm an emotional person. I think it's because I'm getting old. But it's that kind of stuff when you see these comments, and even just when someone says, hey, I love it, or great colors, great ribbon. It doesn't matter. Someone's giving you a compliment because they think that something that you've created looks great. It's just awesome. Because, I mean, I do it too. I watch other people's videos and I comment on them and I tell them that they're beautiful. And, you know, you can tell when someone's really got it. And all that matters is that if you are enjoying it and you're having fun doing it, keep doing it, because there is always someone who's going to watch you. You're going to get an audience. You're going to get people who like your style, who like your personality, and everyone's going to walk away with something different. Because, I mean, Damon's style is completely different than Nick's style, and that's also completely different to Julie Samaka, and it's completely different to Mill and Dill. All of them have a different style, different personalities, and it's just exciting to hang out with different people and watch what they come up with. I get inspired by those things as well. And then it's also fun to, I'll purchase from people. I like to support my friends. I might make wreaths, but I will so buy one from another person if I like what they did. It's really all about supporting small business and helping each other out. Facebook makes it really easy, makes it really fun to have all you guys with me. Because normally I'd be in here anyways, making all this stuff, but now I don't have to do it by myself. And then have to basically just watch TV. Which, that's still fun too. If that's your thing, that's fine. I'm just dovetailing, guys. I got a little bit more to do. I got to do all these guys here. So I'm just going to keep dovetailing while I try to see what you guys are saying here. Just make sure I don't cut my finger. Let's see. Let me go back down. Yes, Nick is a very sweet boy. He's just, his smile is infectious. I love it. He gets happy and he's just showing you stuff. He's just so dang cute. I'm sure that helps a lot too. It's really cute. And I mean that in a very friendly way, guys. I'm married. Just saying, he's a cute kid. And he is a kid. He's only 19. I'm 37, so just saying. Alright, got that down. Now all we're doing is these girls. Let's crank these out real quick. I'm only doing 2 at a time just because my scissors, I have specific scissors that I use for ribbon only. That's backwards, I know it's a Facebook record, but I wrote ribbon only. And do you know that I caught my husband in here using these on not ribbon? And I had to yell at him, those scissors are for ribbon only. And he says, well, what scissors do I use? And I'm like, do you see over here, there are like 8 other pairs of scissors that don't say anything on them. So I have scissors I use specifically for ribbon, just so that they stay a little sharper. I mean, even though I am cutting a wire in every single one of these, they do stay sharper if I use them only for ribbon. I've tried the dollar store ones, and they don't cut the ribbon nice like I like. I don't like when you get, I like to get a sharp edge on the corners, and I don't like when you get that frayed edge. It just drives me up a wall. So I have scissors for ribbon only, and it's basically just to cut dovetails into them, and then anything else I'll just use my whatever other pair. I have like literally 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 other pairs over there that I use for everything else. You guys, if I miss anything, I'll try to go through later after the live when I'm in my office. I'm going to edit the video and put it up to YouTube tonight. So my YouTube people that don't do Facebook can watch the video, and then they'll know that more is coming for tomorrow during the game day. I'll have to load them up after we're done tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of editing, but it's okay. So when I'm in there and I'm waiting for everything to render, and then I'm waiting for it to, the files to compress and upload to YouTube, I'll go through my comments here, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. I'm also going to post some more stuff. I still need to post a link to Christmas Central, and then I'll try to get those prices to you guys, because I know I got some crazy good deals on those wreaths I showed you guys earlier. That supply run, that supply live that I did to show you guys what I bought, I didn't have the invoice. The invoice that came in the box didn't have the prices on it, so I thought it would, but it didn't. So, all right, we're done dovetailing, guys. We're just going to take all this, get it in the garbage. All right, so now we're going to start putting all these girls inside here. So, I'm going to do a different pattern on each one. Put them down flat on top of each other, and then I'm going to get them as much as I can in the middle, and then pinch them. Just pinch them in the middle, and find your twist tie and stick that right in the middle of that. I'm going to run my twist tie around it twice, and then I'm going to cut them off with my wire cutters. I don't want this stuff showing because I don't really like it that much, so I'm cutting off my excess here, and I'm going to use my pliers and curl it down on itself. So I mean, you're still going to see a little bit of it, not the end of the world, but I just don't want a lot of it showing. And then I'll show you guys at the end what it kind of looks like a little bit once I'm done. Plus, when we put the florals in here, I'm just tugging on the ribbon to kind of move it out and about. When we put the florals in here, you'll have a lot less. You're not going to see as much. Yeah, that looks better. This is with 12 inch. This is with the 12 inches, 12 inch ribbon, little pieces cut here. So we're going to do this 10 more times now. Grab one of each. I'm just going to rotate, putting the coral and the turquoise on top, either or, and then of course that 1.5 always goes on top no matter what. So I'm just going to alternate which one goes on bottom, just to throw things off a little bit. So I'm cutting it, and then after I cut it off, I'm taking my pliers and twisting what I've twisted. I'm curling it down on itself. If you guys can see here, I take my pliers, I don't know if you can see this. I take my pliers and I curl it under. I'm grabbing that piece there and I'm curling it under on itself. I don't even know if you're going to be, can you, I don't think you guys can see that well. And then adjust your ribbon. Put the little curls in it. And of course, that'll all be fixed later once you hang it on the door and get all the good stuff ready for picture taking, or just, you know, adjusting for its long-term spot for the season. And doing bottom top, however I'm coming across it. There's no real way you have to do it. Am I right, guys? You just do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever feels good. So I'm just going to work on the wreath the whole way around. Maybe you can see this a little bit better. So here I've cut off my piece. You see here? I twisted it a lot and then I cut it off, right? So I'm going to grab this here with my pliers. Hold on, let me fix them real quick. Okay. There we go. Now I got my spray. Nope. I've had these guys really long. I got these at Walmart when I was like 18, 19. I've had them forever. Okay. So I've already cut that off. I'm going to take my pliers, grab the top of it, and twist it under on itself. Do you see? Oh, geez, that didn't even work either. I'm going to take it and twist it under on itself. Grab it. Again, twist it under. So basically taking that piece and I'm curling it under. It's not like you can't feel it underneath here. It's been curled under. It's not going to come loose. It's basically in its home. It's going to stick there. That's the best way I think I'm going to come up with getting rid of them. I don't want the white to stick out too much. Would have been better if I had used like a burlap color, but I did not have that, so we're going to work with what we have, guys. So far, she's turning out a-okay. Of course, you guys help with that a lot. Anybody else have plans to make any beach theme stuff? I know that time of the year is coming up, and I've seen it periodically from year to year, but I've never made one myself. I've never made a beach theme anything. Probably because I live in the desert. I mean, I have friends that have like a cabin in Big Bear in California, but again, that's a lake. That's not a beach. I mean, the lake has a beach, I guess, but that's not ocean themed, I guess. I don't know. Lake people are different than ocean people, right? It's different than a beach house, a lake house and a beach house. Could be similar. Still have water sports and boats and stuff, and I don't know. Listen to me talking about it like I know anything about it. I live in the desert. I had plans to go to Big Bear to go see some stuff, but it didn't happen. I think at the time we were going to do it, I think I'd started a new job or something. Anyway, but I mean, I had plans to do it, but that was just a Big Bear thing. I'd like to go at some point, someday, see something. Stay at a beach or something close to the water for a longer period of time. I'm going out to LA probably in a few months for a doctor's appointment. I have to go to UCLA, so maybe we'll see that. Oh, let's see. Love Nick. Yep. Okay. Let me go up here and see what you guys. Let's see. Want to learn how to do this wreath? Perfect. Well, Mary Beth, if I'm not showing you, we can always roll it back when we're done, and you can always take a peek at it. Thank you, Olive. I appreciate your encouraging words. You're so nice. You are the best. Love watching you. Someone said make a page on Facebook, but don't have friends. Oh yeah, that's true, Jan. You can make a fake page on Facebook and don't publish it, and then you can practice doing Facebook Lives on that without having to worry about anybody watching you. Doritha, yes, there will be a replay. I'm sorry, I probably didn't catch that before you went to bed, but yeah, you'll be able to see it later, and you can flip forward and back all you want. Lisa, you bring it up on your big TV. Yeah, I cast my phone to my TV too. I do that with YouTube and all that, and I watch on TV. Lori, you gotta put those scissors on lockdown. They're subject to treatment around family members. Yeah. Like, I may yell at you if you use my ribbon scissors for anything other than ribbon. And if you're cutting ribbon and you didn't clear it with me, I want to know why. Only people who live in my house are me and my husband. So if my husband's cutting ribbon, then I don't know about it. Maybe something he needs to tell me. What are you doing? What are you doing in my craft room? Although it was cute, he went in here by himself and wrapped my Christmas present. You guys know I got that that steel pick machine that I still have yet to use. He got me that for Christmas. And he wrapped it in here all by himself. He did a good job. And I didn't really know he was in here. And he was like, oh yeah. And he's like, you want your present? I said, sure. And he brought it to me. It was already wrapped and everything. I was like, geez, good job. He said, I watched your videos. He watched my present video. Says he learned how to wrap. It was cute. It's so cute. Alright, what's next, guys? What you guys got next? Looking good. I've never made a beach theme. Would like to. Okay. We'll be making a dog lover's wreath. Yes, Irene, I got a couple signs I need to use. One's for cats, another for dogs. For just your everyday... An everyday wreath, not necessarily like the Christmas ones I made. Oh, shark and dolphin for your granddaughters. That sounds really cute, Carrie. Shark and dolphins, that's cute. You don't need a fancy tool for ribbon. Just cut boxes up in 4-inch wide by whatever length. That's right. Notch the top so you can count how many times you've wrapped it. And then wrap it. That's actually a really good idea, Karen. Can I hit this seam more? Oh, I can't. There we go. If you put some kind of tape around your cardboard, you can use it over and over. Works well for me. Don't like to do the first time. I wrote 14 times and only needed to wrap 7 for 14 ribbons because you cut it at the top and bottom. I believe that's something I would do too. That's a good one. Thank you, Karen. That's a really good tip. Look at that, you guys. Keep that. Screenshot it. That's a really good tip. Especially on some of that cardboard you get, like on the if you buy some new electronics or something that's pretty fancy, you can get the cardboard off of those. That's really, it's much thicker. That's a really good cardboard to use for that kind of thing. That's a good idea. Is when I was making those Christmas ornaments that we wrapped the yarn around, I went and grabbed one of my shipping boxes from the post office. Don't tell the post office, but it was a box I received something in. But those shipping boxes are pretty good thickness. And I was cutting those up to put the yarn around. And that worked out pretty good. So that's a good idea, to just cut a piece of cardboard and wrap your ribbon around that. And then you could keep wrapping it with maybe some clear packing tape, duct tape. They make duct tape in 8 billion different patterns now, so you can find some pretty duct tape. Let me see where I'm at here, guys. Just a few more to go, and then I'm going to put the sign on next, and then we'll put the florals on, and I'll hold it up, and we'll see what we have created. We'll see what has come to life with everybody's help. I got a lot of help from you guys today. It's been so awesome. I love that. Embarrassing moments, cut my finger. When I did my lantern swag, I made it too big. Had to take it apart and redo it. You guys have been so nice. This is looking so, I mean, it's really looking cute. I'm kind of loving this. I was really concerned, but I mean, you're right. You're right. A couple of you gals, you're right. Telling me, trust the process, Whitney. Just trust that process. Good idea. That's right. Just be quiet, Whitney. Don't overthink it. These are super cute colors. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, scared me for a minute. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. All right. I was like, I know I cut the right amount. Am I crazy? Did I eat some of it or something? I don't know. Where did I lose it? All right. 2, 3, 4. Twisting that down. Pull this over. What do we got here? Pam, you're making a beach lamp. That's nice. The collected seashells. Oh, that's cool. You got a little bit of a story to go along with your project. Sarah Joy, the color I'm using, it's a turquoise with a jute in it. That's the mesh. This roll I got at Hobby Lobby today. So they still sell it. They have a turquoise, a regular, like a brown color, but I bought the turquoise for the beach theme. It doesn't actually say the color on the label, and I know that's backwards for Facebook, but this is the mesh that I'm using on this particular girl. Darn, guys, it is it's really cute, huh? Let's see. The tan ribbon is the color of sand. Yes, that's probably why I was drawn to it. And I didn't want to do burlap. I really liked this canvas look. And this is the stuff I got this at Sam's Club. But I have seen ribbon like this on craftoutlet.com. It's kind of a canvasy type feel. It's not burlap. It's more like just a nice beige canvas, and it looks really good with it. You get those little pops of color. Oh, nice. Makes you happy. Oh, Kathy, the lantern swag was gorgeous. Yes, thank you. I have it out in my living room now. I still have to post it on Etsy, but she really is pretty. Every time I walk past that thing, when I come in my door, it makes me happy. And we have to get the eaves on our house painted. Our HOA has decided that my eaves are too old and weathered, and I don't see it the same way they do, but we won't go into that. That's a story for another day. We're going to be happy. So anyhow, we're having people come over for estimates, and my husband was home to do one of I haven't been home for any of them. My husband's been here for that. So when the guy comes in, and I was like, oh, did the guy come into the house? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, oh no, I didn't clean up. And he goes, our house is fine. I mean, I had basically I had dog blankets all over the sofa because they're spoiled, rotten, disgustingly rotten. And they have about 20 blankets and pillows all over the sofa. And I hadn't picked those up for when people come over. And I was like, oh no, the painters came in the house and gave you an estimate, and he saw that. And he goes, Whitney, my husband says, Whitney, it's fine. Our house looks fine. I said, okay, fine, I'll let that go. And I said, oh, well, when you walked him in past our front door, did he see this lantern swag? And was he very impressed and said, oh, that's beautiful? Because you know, when men walk into the house, the first thing they're looking at is your decor, right? Especially contractors. It's exactly what they're going to look for. My husband goes, yes, exactly. That's what he did. So my husband and I have a very weird and wonderful sense of sarcastic humor. It works. I said, that's great. He noticed my lantern swag. That's awesome. Yeah, it's a really pretty purple. And it's even more sarcastic inside joke is because my husband watches those lives. He watches them, and he keeps track of stuff for me too. He watches you guys' comments and says, hey, someone's asking you this, and then I'll go, oh, you know what, I didn't see that. I'll go in right now and I'll hop on and I'll make sure I answer it. So he helps me out with you guys too. He sees things that I don't. He keeps track with you guys on YouTube also. He'll go in and see comments and make sure that I've answered some, or if I haven't got to them yet, he'll text me and say, hey, there's a YouTube thing when you get a chance. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll jump on there. So he helps out with that a lot too. He's my support. He's really great. Because I'll tell you guys, this gets kind of crazy. Do any of you guys work a full-time job as well? It gets kind of crazy when I just want to make sure, like, on my lunch hour, I try to get onto it, and then if I have, like, a little break during the day, if I go for a walk outside, or I get my 10-minute breaks or whatever at work, I'll jump on and start trying to get my comments, my YouTube, my Facebook messengers, stuff like that. And there's so much more I want to do. I want to share you guys' photos with everyone. I haven't had a chance to, like, download them and like put a little compilation, like a little album together for all the stuff that you guys send me, because you guys send me some gorgeous stuff. And I want to share that with everyone to say, hey, look, this is what our community is doing. This is what I made. And then from that, this is what you guys made. So you guys have sent me some beautiful stuff at Christmas. Beautiful stuff. And it's just so dang awesome to see that you guys are coming up with stuff. It's almost like, one of these things is not like the other, but they're all so dang similar that they're gorgeous. Kind of makes you happy. All right, guys, we have all of the ribbon on. Let me make sure that I've kind of, you know, we're just going to fluff it a little. I mean, it's going to get all bent around and everything. That's normal. But I'm just going to peek through here. Yep, I missed this one. Just to make sure I twist tie them and then cut all of these little twisties off. And then I'll show you guys that and we'll place the sign on. I haven't seen your comments for a minute, so I just want to make sure everything's still flowing. Deborah, hi from Alawa. The color is the iridescent color on your wreath, please. What color is the iridescent color? This right here is the iridescent one. This is a coral. It's like an iridescent corally. Well, coral is coral, yeah. It's an orangey pink color. I got this at Hobby Lobby also. What am I doing? There we go. Checking all these girls. This is the one I was working on. They're getting away with from me. We get this, at least get this Facebook Live up on YouTube tonight. And then you guys have much more for tomorrow. Much more for tomorrow. Got 2 arrangements I'm going to do. An Easter centerpiece arrangement. A basket, which is going to be for the wall, but it's also an arrangement. And then an Easter wreath with a cross. It's a grapevine wreath with a cross. I've got some really gorgeous flowers that are going to go on it. They're going to love it. I'll show you my flowers. They're on the floor over here. I got them at Michael's. That's going to be the big cross wreath. I'm going to do that one during the game. That'll be later on in the day. So while the guys are all doing that. All right, guys. This is what we got so far. So here's all the ribbons. Here's the ruffles and the ribbons and the poofs. Kind of see here. See that iridescent just throws enough in there. I thought for a minute it might not look right, but it really does look great with that iridescent in there. It makes me happy. So we got a good thing going here. I'm going to add the sign now. Let's see. Brenda, she got the canvas ribbon at Sam's Club. Yes, thank you for answering that, Trish. Sorry, you guys. That's so nice you guys are like keeping up with each other. That's awesome. Let's see. The lantern was gorgeous. Hi from Iowa. Got that one. Brenda, long hours. Yes, very long hours. Oh, Barb, you work at Hobby Lobby? Oh my gosh. My paycheck would never arrive to me. It would go right straight back into that store. That is amazing, Barb. You are a strong woman. I would not even get a paycheck. She has a YouTube and a Facebook. Yeah, I got YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, guys. That's all. I mean, Twitter, I don't really see Twitter that useful in the crafting world. In my experience, from what I've seen on Twitter, I have a Twitter account, a personal Twitter account, but it's not... I don't really do much crafty stuff on it, so I don't really do that for this thing. Barb, tomorrow I'm going to start at noon Pacific Standard Time, because I think the game doesn't start until 3 o'clock my time when I Googled it. So I'm going to start at noon tomorrow. So pretty. Yes, sent you info on Terry Sillerman. She makes wonderful. Oh, Brenda, yes, I tried to go to that, but it linked me to her personal page, and her personal page is private. So there's no way for me to see any of her work on her personal page. I tried to go there. Does she have a Facebook business page? Do you know? Because I would love to see it. And if she's got some good stuff, we can, you know, if she sells it, I don't know. Does she sell her stuff that she makes? We could always, you know, readers love to buy signs. Such as signs. I'm just kind of feeding this down here, guys. I'm feeding the pipe cleaner down to get to the inside ring here. And I'm just going to flip it over in a second after I get a hold of these, just to make sure I have placement right. And we'll flip it over and tie it on. I don't want it to be too tight, but I also don't want it to be loose. All right, 1 and 2. Okay, so these guys are through there. So let's move this up this way. I just literally put this thing right in the center of this wreath. It's just right down in the middle of it. If you see here, just pushed it right in the center. And I'm going to flip it over here and lay it flat. And I'm just going to take the 2 pipe cleaners. I have one on one side of the inside ring and one on the outside. And I'm doing the inside ring only. One on the inside, one on the outside. And I believe, I don't know if, you know what, never mind. I'm going to go around the second ring as well. Just to give it a little bit more, yeah, that gives it a little bit extra to hold on to. So, I've got 2 here. There's the inside ring and the second ring on both of these, inside and second. This guy's on the inside always, and when I go on the outside, this is on the second one. So I'm going to bring these 2 up together, and I'm just going to twist tie them, and twist and twist and twist. And the ruffles and everything that we have on the inside or on the wreath itself is holding the actual piece up. So you're not going to really need to worry too much about the sign falling down or anything like that. So after that, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to wrap it around the same inside wire a few times. I'm not going to cut any of it off. Kind of twist it over that way, twist it over that way. And now I'm going to take my pliers and just twist, kind of curl it under on itself. That way there's no tight pieces or no sharp pieces left over, and you can feel here. Got one little one right here. There we go. I kind of curl them so that there's no sharp pieces. You can't really feel it. And I'm poking my finger on it like they're acting like I'm not going to hurt myself. I mean, you guys already know I already cut myself earlier. Just make sure. Yeah, that's really good. I was just checking to make sure it wasn't loose, that I didn't need to tighten this side more. So just twisty, twisty, twisty until you're out of space. This looks great. Shines like the crystals in the sand. You know what, Jan? I haven't seen sand that often, but I think I think from TV I can kind of remember. You can see like a little. The beach sand is a little shiny, like it's got a little bit of nature's glitter. That sounded so cheesy, guys. Yeah, I know. Well, it's like when I say that the few times I've been in snow looks like sparkly sugar. Like everything's being coated in sugar. And I'm speaking of it so lovingly and wonderful, but I know you poor people over there that are like, nope. You do not like snow. You do not live in it. My husband is one of them. He used to live in Boston. Or he lived right outside of Boston. In a place called Holbrook. He lived in Holbrook, Massachusetts for a little while. And he said, and he was like 8 or 9 years old when he lived there, but he said, no, you are not going to like snow. But yeah, so if there's sparkles in the sand, just like snow sort of sparkles when the sun hits it. There we go. All right, guys, so obviously you have to fluff and move around, and this is all wire, so you can kind of push those down, in, pinch them in, bring my ribbon up, kind of bring the ruffles out. I don't want too much to cover the actual sign. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this is looking right? The sign doesn't... Maybe I shouldn't have put the streamers in the middle. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think if I keep pulling the ribbon out, it's not going to... I just need to curl them the opposite direction. Let me pull this under, see what I can do with it this way. I'm going to tug this up this direction. Move it like this, move this like this. Once I start gluing those florals in that I found, this ribbon won't have so much leeway. You know, you'll be able to kind of curl it a little bit more, but you're not going to be able to move it or readjust it. So my main concern was that I don't want the sign to be covered up too much. Just pulling on the wire portion and kind of curling it towards me. See if this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, the sign fits in there pretty well. What do you guys think? Looks like, you know, I got ribbon kind of exploding out from the sides and the top. I'm just moving the ribbons around, trying to get them placed in different areas. Looks good. Okay, good. Pull the ribbons to the outside. Okay, gotcha. Oops. Yep. Looks good. You said there will be some flowers as well. Yes, guys, this is the last bit. We're going to put these girls in there, and we should be done. And I think maybe that's that last little bit I need, because, I mean, I'm not really wild on just mesh and ribbon. To me, there's not enough in here. Am I right, you guys? I mean, now Damon, he makes some gorgeous stuff that's just mesh and ribbon and a sign. But there's like so much ribbon, you don't really see the mesh anymore. I think he said that like half the time, really, you don't even see mesh anymore. It's just so much pretty ribbon. But I'm going to add these little crazy pieces here that kind of remind me of what I've seen is like some of that crazy underwater type. I mean, it's not blue, seaweed is green, but, and then these are going to pull out some of the coral that's in the sign here. So what I'm going to do is just start clipping a couple pieces off, and we'll see how this goes. I don't want to pull too much on this because this stuff is the styrofoam balls. It's a little delicate. This is the stuff that you'd probably also be good to use that adhesive spray on. Be a little bit delicate with this stuff. Although it's not really falling off right now, and I'm kind of pulling on it pretty hard. And also I noticed at the store, if you can look at something, you can tell the quality of a piece by how much of it is fallen off of it and is on the dang floor. And where I got this guy, there wasn't hardly anything on the floor, like, as far as styrofoam mess. The little balls weren't falling off or anything. There wasn't like a huge mess on the floor. So I'm just tugging on it at the base here. I'm just tugging these to make them a little bit longer like that, and then I'm cutting them off. We'll stick with that. I'm going to probably use a lot more, but I think I want to leave it long, and this weird little, I like the way this kind of goes a little crazy like that. So I'm going to try to see if I can just kind of place this, you know, just a little bit left and right in here to see if I can then bend it. Yes, you guys, it does. It has wire in it. You can bend it. That is so awesome. That might be a little long. I'll put that one up here. Let's see if I can put this one up here. Yeah, this is going to be great, you guys. I'm really happy about it. I just stuck one piece in here. That's really all I did. But let's just start adding some around, and then once I start getting more comfortable, I'll glue it in. Remember I said you can just kind of place pieces here and there, get a little random with it, see how it turns out, and then if you absolutely start loving what you're doing or seeing, commit to it. Now I'm just putting like an S shape in. I'm using this hand pushing up and this hand pushing down. I'm putting like an S shape in the piece of wire that's still in here. So I'm bending it to the way I want it to look. This piece doesn't have wire, neither does this one. And the wire stops like right here. So I'm adding some shape. I'm adding the shape to it that I want it to keep. And I'm going to see how far down in here. Now the mesh only lets me stick this so far in. So I think what I'm going to have to do is work it in between a few things. So there might be times where you'll see it on the back, and we'll have to adjust for that. Now, I also don't want things to stick out too far. I don't want them to be too far left or right. I'm sorry, that made no sense. I don't want them to be too far down, like to stick out so far that the wreath becomes like huge. Sorry guys, take a water break. Let's see, great flower choices. Thank you guys, thank you Jan. I was waiting for the flowers. I love it. You're talented. Thank you, Darlene. Choices. Okay, that looks like blue coral. Yeah, okay, coral. That works. I don't think I've ever even seen coral. Fish tank. Fake coral in a fish tank. Call me weird, but I love it without the sign. Oh yeah, well, I mean, no problem, Beth. That's not a problem. I liked it without the sign too. It adds a little bit more. It changes the feel of it. You could always take the sign off and just add the flowers, and then you're done. Not a problem. That's why we're all so different. Everybody has a different taste and preference, and it's always so fun to see what everybody else likes. Now, just like with all my other flower wreaths and stuff, even though this is mesh, I'm still picking a direction and I'm sticking with it. So everything I'm still going down this way, and I'm going to be going basically, what is that? Clockwise. I just picked clockwise, and I'm going to try to stick with it. I don't want one left, one right, one up, down. That's just my own personal habit. That's just how I do things. And I don't know, you guys, is this are they too long? I'm judging it too soon, I think, but I think these pieces are a little bit too long. I might end up cutting them part way and then gluing them in more somewhere else. I'm pretty sure I'm going to cut them off because they're just a little bit too long, but I'm going to glue them in. I think I need, this was 3, I need probably 3 more pieces. Yeah, this is really adding something different to it, and I'm loving it more. Maybe my aversion to mesh was that I thought it was a little bit too plain. Just mesh and ribbons isn't my thing. I'm not really wild about deco mesh very much, but I don't know if that's just because I second guess my own ability in making a mesh wreath, or if it's just really not my kind of thing. But again, that doesn't make sense because of that wreath I showed you guys earlier up on my wall that I made for my home for fall. I like that one just as much as anything else, and it's mesh. It's definitely all mesh. Yeah, okay. I'm nervous, you guys. I'm nervous to start gluing this stuff in. I'm nervous that it's going to, like, take the... Oh, jeez. Just do it, Whitney. Just do it. I'm going to pretend that I work for Nike, and I'm just going to do it. Alright, guys. I'm just going to, yeah. I'm going to throw these in right now, but I'm probably going to cut some of these. They're way too long. So, alright. We're going to start gluing these. Now, all the ribbon got kind of smushed, but we'll fix that later. So, I'm going to start gluing these guys in. I'm just going to take them, and I'm going to dip them in my glue skillet over here. I'm going to put a decent amount on the bottom of this. And this guy's going to go right under here, nestling right under the sign and on top of some mesh. And that mesh will melt pretty quickly because this glue is hot, and it is not forgiving by any means. That glue is hot. So once I get that in there, that's not going anywhere. So now on this one, I need to remember where I have it nestled. And then get my glue up in here all over this guy. And then once I get enough glue on there, I kind of do like a little circular twirl kind of thing. And that's how I kind of cut things off. It try to cut down on like glue strings is basically what I'm doing, or spiderwebs or cobwebs, whatever you call them. Kind of tries to cut down on the glue strings. So I get a good amount on there, and then I just kind of twirl it and curl it into circles, and it kind of finishes it off. What do you guys think? Looking great, love the flowers. Just do it. That's right. Okay, good, guys. Cut them off on the back side so it keeps the natural look. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a little it'll be like a tapered type of cut. Like that's normally how I'll turn a longer stem into many different picks, is that you're gonna pick a point to cut it at, and it'll still look natural, and you won't have any worry of seeing a cut edge. It'll still look like it was meant to be that way. Alright, so here's the last blue guy. I'm going to tuck him in there. Had him right here with these with these ribbons. Alright guys, so this is where I'm going to try and see where I can get a little bit on here. There we go. So if I cut that off right there, you can see like here's a finished edge with a little ball on it. Here's my cut edge. I cut it right between a couple of the styrofoam balls, so it has the same edge look. It might be a little blunt on one side, but I don't think it's going to be detrimental. Let me see if this is part that I can curl. I can kind of pinch it down. I think it looks good. And now I have an extra piece that I can place up here at the top, which is exactly what I'm going to do. The extra piece, everything I cut off, I'm going to put right back into the wreath, so it gives you more options. Get that guy right in there. Make it look pretty. Alright. Now this one's got a glob. That's a styrofoam factory issue. Kind of cut this right here diagonally. Pull it off there. Perfect, perfect. I'm gonna put that one in the middle of the bow. This is kind of like, or sorry, it's not a bow, it's the streamers. You guys know how I like to add stuff into the middle of all the bows and the streamers and stuff? I'm gonna put these like in the middle of the bows, glue them to the little parts that I cut off before. I want them to be a little long, but I'm also going to pick parts of it, like this has been damaged. I'm going to pick parts of it that kind of still have interest. So this one's a little bit longer, but it's going to let me, if you guys see that, I cut this piece off here where it had a natural empty place, like it was like that already. It was missing the styrofoam. So I cut it off here. I would have rather had cutting it here, but it's not giving me that opportunity with the spacing and the styrofoam. So I cut it off a little bit longer, but it's going to add more, it's going to add some more to that section when I glue it back up here where the original base of the other piece, the original base of the piece is glued in. So it's going to add a little bit more. I'm going to have it go kind of to the left a little bit over the sign, but not covering it. I'm loving these flamingos. The flamingos are so cute. Went to the San Diego Zoo a long time ago, maybe 6 or 8 years ago. 6 or 8, maybe 8 years ago. And again, Vegas doesn't have a big zoo. We have a little tiny zoo, and a lot of people tell me that it's sad and that you shouldn't go to that zoo. So my husband took me to the San Diego Zoo just after we were married. And I think I was so mesmerized by all the flamingos at the front when you first walk in. I was just staring at them. Let alone seeing a bird like that in person for the first time in my life was kind of crazy, but then seeing so many. Has anybody been to San Diego Zoo? Man, they're like, there's at least like 60 or there's just so many of them, 60 or 70 of those flamingos. You can't help but just, it was awesome. It was so awesome. There we go. Okay. I'm going to glue this one in here, and I'm going to take a drink of my water, and I'll read some of your comments, you guys, just to see if I'm keeping up with you and see what we're doing. This is just what I've got so far with just adding that crazy little bit of blue styrofoamy type stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that far down. I just wish I could have a better view or a better shot for you guys. This is really cute with these extra little weird pieces sticking out of it. It's going to be better. We're going to add that too. Let me see here. Let me take a drink, see what you guys are saying. Let's say, just do it. Love the look, like the flowers. What brand of glue skillet are you using? That is a Sure Bonder glue skillet. I bought that before Nick Creticos basically sold them all out. Excuse me, guys. I was watching Nick Creticos one day, and he said he has this glue skillet. So I was like, oh, that's cute. Let me go take a look. And it was before his channel got really big. So I got online and I bought one. It was 24 bucks. It's kind of awesome. And I've loved using it ever since. So on his recommendation, I bought it. It's a Sure Bonder glue skillet. Sorry. I love it so much that I'm worried it's going to break because I have it on for so long when I'm making things. I went on to go get another one. I think maybe a few months ago, maybe November, I got back on to buy a backup just to keep it. And can you believe after they sold out, they've restocked. Those things are about $45 now. I know for a fact that you can use a regular kitchen skillet that you would use for food, for glue, but they're huge. I do not have that kind of space. So if this girl goes out, it'll be back to the hot glue gun until I get another one. But I would end up buying one. I'll just buy it for the $40-some it is. It's a necessity, but supply and demand, it's normal, I guess. You can't be too upset. You know, I just found an extra one. I'm going to stick it right in here. You can't be too upset because, I mean, at least a company is making money, and it's actually something that in the craft world we use so much. So I'm going to just buy another one. I mean, I'm not going to do it now. Definitely not going to do it now. But I will buy another one at some point. It's not for a while I thought it was Adtech, but it's not. It's the brand is called Surebonder. And it's off of Amazon is where I got it. And they shipped to me, came real quick. I haven't had any problems. I've had it, I think I bought it in July or August of last year. I believe that's when I bought it last year. And I've had absolutely no problems with it, and I love it. You can put any kind of glue in it. You don't have to buy those little glue pillows. I literally just cut up my glue sticks. Excuse me, guys. Guess I've been talking too much. I cut my glue sticks up with... Oh, husband's watching. Look how awesome he is. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. I buy my glue sticks online, also off Amazon. They're Adtech brand glue sticks. And I just cut the glue sticks up with the wire cutters. Let's get back to this. Brenda, you're going to do a wreath with a flamingo. That's kind of awesome. I'd love to see it. I think flamingos are cute. My dad used to call them pink chickens. I'm just pulling these off of the stem, guys. That's really all I'm doing. That's just greenery. I might use that. Let's see. I'm going to put this off to the side, but I'm just pulling the flowers off individually. They sell small one at Camping World store. Oh, yes. Oh, so it'd be like a camping size electric skillet. That's a great place. That's a good idea to look for stuff at a camping store. That's awesome. Thank you, Sharon, for that idea. That makes me happy because I really didn't want to spend $44 on something that I know was $25 a few months ago. Anyhow, that was awesome. I appreciate your little tip on that. It makes me happy. All right, so I'm definitely going to use one of these. I might use two of them depending on how many I want to put in there. And you guys, this is a really good stem underneath here, so I'm going to keep it. It's wrapped in, oh my gosh, it's got Chinese writing on it. Look at that. You see that? When I took all that off? That's like a little newspaper. I can see like a little cartoon on here. Maybe it's their funny pages. That is so awesome. That's so cool. Anyhow, there's a really good wire in this stem, so I'm going to keep it, and I might use it for all kinds of goodies. You never know. So I always keep those. So I'm probably, now I look at this, I'm probably going to use both bushes because this isn't that many flowers. I want more flowers. How much do they cost? I got one at Big Lots for $5. $5 is kind of awesome. All right, guys, you're going to have to go to Big Lots, and hopefully those places kind of like Big Lots, and they're kind of like luck of the draw, so it's always like a little hard and a little frustrating. I'm just checking my battery guy, making sure everything's okay. Yeah, I got 100% charge. My husband got me a new power cord in here, so we are good to go. All right, guys, so now we're just going to put in these little peachy flowers. Trish got a kitchen one, 6-inch on Amazon for 6 inches. That's kind of awesome. Maybe I wasn't searching correctly. That's kind of cool. Does glue skillet have a thermostat? No, it doesn't. It has this has a little dial back here, and it just has like a small line up to a thicker line, so you know it's like kind of hot, really hot, burn your finger off your hand hot. But there's no actual temperature gauge on it. The one I have, at least. Yeah, I found that those little glue chips or the glue pellets, they cost more. And you literally, all you have to do with your regular glue stick is I use my wire cutters and cut it into pieces like this. So watch. Let me do this. Just cut it. And I'm cutting it into these little pieces, and you throw it in your glue stick or you glue in your glue pan. That's all I do. And it costs so much less money because those glue pillows, they're not the same price. You see that? I just cut up one glue stick. And I'm going to sprinkle that in there. That's just what I've seen. If you guys can see find those little glue pillows, they call them pillows or pellets or whatever to throw in there. It's the same. Cut your glue stick in half, throw it in there, and it melts. Or if you get the bigger one, because if you guys have watched Millendil Designs, she has a large one. It's a kitchen one. And Julie bought a kitchen size one too from Southern Charm Wreaths. She's used a kitchen size one also on bigger projects. It's kind of turned out really, really well. Let's see. I'm kind of not digging how long that is. I'm going to experiment real quick, you guys. I'm always usually pretty good at Frankensteining these things together. I'm going to tap a little glue on the end of that. And let's see, if this works out, I'll show you close up what I'm planning on doing. I don't want the length so much on these because I have a lot of length on... Yes, that's going to work out much better. I have a lot of length on these blue pieces. So let me glue these in together. Let me glue these in together. And I'll show you guys exactly what I did here. And we'll just keep working around the wreath. Inserting these in. Perfect. Okay, so after I pull it off the stem, this is what we're working with, right? So what I'm doing next is I'm taking my piece, and right under here I'm going to kind of push these leaves down. I'm going to cut this a little bit further down right here. Okay, so my flower falls off, and I have this little green, looks like a pick now. So what I'm doing here is I'm just tapping, literally I'm just going to stick it in the edge of my glue gun here just to get a little bit of glue on the end. And that's basically to keep it from the paper on the stem from unraveling. So now I have that end piece. You can kind of fluff it back up, right? Here's the flower that we cut off. I'm now going to place it down lower. And I'm holding them together. You could get floral tape and wrap these together. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm literally just going to cut these the same length, because this one's a little bit long. Oh, there we go. This one's a little bit longer. I'm just going to cut these the same length as each other. You could wrap them together if you want, but there's no wire in this. So I'm just going to hold them together. And I'm going to put glue in my glue skillet on this and then nestle this down into the project. That's how I'm going to get them to be closer to each other, because I'm really not liking how far they stick out. They stick out a little bit too far for what I'm interested in. If I just place them in the wreath like this, I don't really like this length. I wanted them closer. I want these flower pieces to kind of pop out of the wreath a little bit deeper in. That's what I'm more interested in. So I'm going to have to do that on each one of these. But that's okay. It's the name of the game. There's always a way to find something and change it up just a little bit to where it makes you happy. And I love these flowers, and I love the color. When I was in the store, I had the sign up on my purse, and the mesh was near it, and I had the whole project was just coming to life basically in the cart, and these flowers are part of that, so not a problem. I just have to kind of Frankenstein them a little bit to get what I want out of it. Yeah, this is looking really nice. Now, since they don't stick out very far, I mean, you're going to get different angles when you view it. You're going to see different pieces coming out here and there, popping out with different views. You're not going to see a flower on every single side. You're not going to see a flower coming out of every little piece. But different angles will show different things. And I'm going to try to even it out as much as I can. And put, some flowers here, some flowers there. That's why, yeah, I'm definitely going to be probably using both of the bushes. The way things are looking right now, I only have 4 more flowers, but I obviously have a lot more space, so. This guy's a little different. It's okay. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Let me see. Why do you keep the stems for? First time here. Thank you, Esther, for joining. The stems I keep because I use them for lots of other projects. I use them in my lantern swags and to hold things together, zip tie them or glue them to. I've used them for like to stake things together if I'm using something that doesn't have a pick on the end of it. Something styrofoam, I will use them to place something into it, like the base of a styrofoam bunny or a star, and then I want to put that inside of an arrangement. They're really good, sturdy thing. Also, they're good for using to stir your hot glue. They're good for using to hold something down that's just been freshly glued and it's just too hot to touch. I use them as tools. I use them as support pieces for like other crafts. There's just always good to, I just save them out of habit just in case, because there's times where I've needed like really thick, again, I'm cutting them pretty short, you guys, and I'm gluing them in together. There's times where I've needed like a pretty thick wire, and I don't even want to know how much it costs to get that kind of gauge wire. Because, I mean, other than working with 22 or, 20 gauge wire, that kind of thing, it probably is expensive. And a lot of those flowers have some really thick gauge wire in them. You might as well keep them. This right here, let me show you this. This came out of a Christmas pick. And do you guys see how thick this is? Let me get, where's the camera lens? This is such a thick piece. And it is very, very, very sturdy. It's not hard to, it's kind of hard to bend. This came out of a Christmas pick. And I use this, it's kind of, it's twirly and curled and all that. I use this to hold things down in, and that's why I save that kind of stuff. That turned into a tool, but the rest of the stuff comes in handy for other things. You guys have any other ideas? Do you guys save your stems? I save my stems, I save my leaves. What do you guys do? Share, let's share. I don't just like a bow thrown on. Yeah, I don't either. I said with this kind of thing, you need a little bit more streamers and stuff on there. Oh, Sharon, a 7-inch electric skillet at Camping World online, $15.36. Thank you so much for sharing that, because that is awesome. I am going to go buy one. I really am. That's perfect. That's what we do, girl. Good. Thank you, Brenda. That's what we do. That's how we do's it. It's the saying, reuse, reuse, recycle, something like that. Yeah, I'm just making sure everything's recycled, that's all. How about that? I'll stick with that. That's what I'm saying, and I mean, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. Or whatever the saying is. It's hilarious. Okay, so that's the last of this one, and I'll show you what we're missing, because we're going to have to use that second bush. So there's I got 2 rolls of mesh, I only needed 1. And then I bought 2 bundles of flowers thinking I'd only use 1, so it's a good thing I got 2 bundles of flowers. Of these coral flowers, because these guys are really pretty. Yeah, definitely glad that I got 2 bundles. Okay, so let me glue this up. This is the last of this one bush. I will hold it up and show you guys what I got, and start cutting up the second pieces. Let me see here. So this is what we're working with. You get the little pops of little soft flowers coming out here and there. I love these little weird corally pieces that are popping out of it. It's looking really good. It's looking different. Kind of crazy. Kind of odd. You guys tell me. I'm still on the fence about mesh. I don't know how... I don't know. Maybe it's just not my thing. Meaning, not that it's ugly. I think this is really cute and I like it. But maybe it's like, maybe because this is squished here and I need to pull the ruffle up. Need to ruffle it up some right here. I don't know. Gotta watch some more videos, right guys? It's the best way to learn. You're learning from me in my video. Help me guys, tell me. Should I stop messing with this ribbon? I don't know. What's wrong? Why am I not in love with it? I mean, I guess that's not bad. Not every artist loves every piece they make, right? I'm going to just pull these off of this guy now. I'm just going to go ahead and err on the side of I'm going to use all of the orange flower, or the coral flowers. So I'm just going to pull them all off. I'm going to leave the little greenery guys on there. Alright, here's a green, there's a green. Okay, well they're falling off anyways. There's another stick, I'm going to keep that. And let's just get into cut these real quick. I need these to show too, like the top of the wreath may not be seen very much depending on how high on the door you place it. I don't know, let's see how this turns out. Yeah, got a little bit of interest there. This one is fraying super bad. I'm going to have to cut that. This little mesh guy right here is fraying so badly. Alright, I cut it a little shorter. I'm going to have to stop futzing with it. Alright guys, let's see what you're saying. Oh, thank you, Darlene. You're so nice. Jeez. Esther, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where I live. I was born and raised, and I would love to move, I think. I don't know. Well, I've never been anywhere else, but I don't know if I want to stay here. But I'm here because my mama's here. My mother was also born and raised in Las Vegas, Nevada. So I am a second generation desert rat. That's what we say. Second generation desert rat. Not many people that are born in Las Vegas stay in Las Vegas. So I have been here all 37 years of my life. And my mother has been here all 72 or so, she'll be 73 in May. So my mother has watched this city change, but yeah, I would love to go. I need to travel more is what I need to do. So I'm excited to go to Texas in June and meet a bunch of other crafters and stuff. And maybe I'll like it so much there that I'll move to Texas. Everyone says Texas hospitality is kind of crazy awesome, and that when you go to Texas, you feel like you're part of the family. My husband's been to a lot of different places. He's been all over Texas for a previous job. And a lot of people say, you know, Texas is a great place. And since I have absolutely been nowhere, I mean, I've been to Arkansas once to visit my husband's grandmother. And I've driven to Arizona. I've driven into California often. Definitely driven to California a lot. Where else have I been? I've been to Reno once. That's still Nevada, so that doesn't count. That doesn't count, guys. That was Nevada. It's still the same state. Although it does snow up there, and it has a lot of trees, so it's a different kind of desert. It is, you know, it is definitely pretty in Reno. A lot different than down here. Where else? So, haven't traveled enough, I don't think. I want to go to Maine. I want to see different places. I want to see colder climates. I also think crafting communities are probably a little bit closer knit. People are a lot nicer. Maybe going towards the, where am I thinking, you guys? Towards like the Midwest to the East Coast. The crafting communities are way bigger. Churches are way more bigger, a lot tighter knit. I know that's for sure. I'm just rambling, you guys. I really am. I'm just rambling. Just getting this stuff kind of adhered. I gotta find somewhere to glue it to and see how many more. I'm gonna put all these flowers in here. I've got 4 more. I've got 4 more to go, guys, and then we're gonna be done. And I got a lot of organizing and some editing and some YouTube stuff to do, and I will be ready to see everybody at noon tomorrow. We're gonna get so much stuff done. I hope, depending on how much I talk. You always try to tell my husband I don't want these things to go over an hour. My lantern swag was 2 hours and 20 some minutes. I mean, I did have a hiccup on it, but man. You can't rush the process, I guess, right, guys? I mean, you guys all go to your craft rooms and spend a lot of time in there. You let me know. Let's see. What am I got my foot on? Okay. It's beautiful. Flip the screen. Judy, I don't know how. I have a different version of Facebook, apparently, for my Android phone, and I've looked up a few things. My husband's looked up a few things. We have to research it more, so I can't get the screen flipped yet. Esther, shared you with others here in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Thank you so much. The flowers pop. Yes, thank you, Trish. What's the base made of? Sally, the base is a 10-inch... I'll show you the back. The base form, it's a 10-inch pencil work wreath. And I had white on hand. A burlap or a brown color would have been better, but it's a 10-inch. So it goes from 10 to, I think, goes up to 14. But it'll tell you 10, 14-inch pencil work wreath form. Oh, Joey Jean, East Coast. I used to live in Winnemucca. Oh, so they're kind of close. So you've been in the desert, Carrie. That's a different desert up there, too, Winnemucca. It's also a smaller area. People are, they know when you're from out of town when you show up in those places, like Ely and Elko, way up north in Nevada. Those folks know when, oh, you're from out of town, aren't you? Yep, I sure am. I got lost. By the way, guys, there's no way you can get lost. If you're that far up north, you're there for a reason or you're there on purpose. There's no getting lost that far up north. And there's some really pretty, the mountains. I'm not saying Vegas is horrible. It's just after so many years, you kind of get tired of the desert. I want to see green. I want to see pretty birds, stuff like that. And you can get a lot of that up at Mount Charleston. That here in Vegas, I live literally at the end of Las Vegas. I'm right at the back end of Las Vegas. I'm really far out from where all the normal busy stuff is, and I'm not that far from Mount Charleston, and it is gorgeous up there. It's always a lot cooler. People like to kind of run up there during the holiday weekends, go picnicking. I found another flower. And I've seen some gorgeous, like, bluebirds. I've seen some, they got some pretty plants and flowers up there, too. It's a different kind of desert. A lot more pine trees. Get snow up there, so I've been in that kind of snow. I usually don't go up there when they require snow chains on your tires because I don't own those and I don't even know what would be required. Plus, I'm also afraid to drive in the snow. As much as I say I love snow, I'm like terrified to drive in it, so I don't go up there for it. But there's a really pretty lodge up at Mount Charleston, so we've gone up there a few times, and you just have hot chocolate, or they have really good food, so we'll go up there once in a while and just have a burger or they have some really awesome nachos, but it's pretty to get away. And there's a billion hummingbirds. If you go at the right time of the year, it is awesome to sit out on the patio and have some really good food and watch all of the hummingbirds. It is amazing to see all of the hummingbirds are just awesome. It's awesome. And they have, of course, they have a ton of hummingbird feeders, so that helps. I think I just pulled this out a little bit further, and it's made me happier. It doesn't look like it's squishing the mesh. I think I may have found my pain point with it, and I like it. I was fixing that ribbon, you guys. It started to fray on me. It was making me unhappy. I got one more flower, and I'm going to hold it up, and you guys tell me what you think. I can't add any more flowers, but I mean, I guess I could. I just have to wait till Hobby Lobby opens on Monday and go get some more. But I can add greenery, but I don't want to over green it. I like the blues. I just wanted a little bit of pop of this, that, and the other. You know, guys, this, that, the other, and the other thing. I'm going to kind of hold it up this way and kind of peek at it and see where I want to put this last flower. If I want to give it a little bit of... Got good stuff going on up here, here, and here. I think I'm going to put it down here on the right. We're almost done, guys. Actually, we're pretty much done. I'm going to glue this girl in right over here. Yeah, I'm going to glue this in right into here. I thought about putting some rope in it, but I have rope, but it would be too heavy. I was looking for like some sand dollars or seahorses or seashells, starfish, something that would look really pretty, but I could not find any. But I think what we have here is pretty much the bee's knees. You guys, this is the bee's knees. Let me straighten these ribbons out, and I'm gonna hold her up and show you guys, and I think we're done. Let me see what else you guys got. Winnemucca, okay. My mom lives in Lovelock, and a sister in Carson. I went to Carson City. I had to fly, I'm sorry. When I told you earlier I'd been to Reno, I haven't been to Reno. I flew into, you fly into Reno, am I right? If anybody knows. I flew into Reno and then went to the Carson City. My friend, when we were younger, about 13, 14, her dad lived in Carson City. So we went up there for the summer, and we fly into Reno and drove to Carson City, if I'm right. Again, you guys, this was in 1994, and my memory, I'm getting older. But yeah, Carson City was also pretty. Little tiny quaint, you know, little houses, lots of trees. It's also cute. Probably a good place to live if you don't want all the excitement of Vegas. I really honestly don't need excitement. I mean, I can't say that we haven't been to shows and stuff, and that I can't say that I'm not, you know, I'm not saying that I'm, what's the word? I'm not being ungrateful for living in a big city, because I know a lot of times when you live in smaller cities, it's harder to get supplies, or certain things just don't happen, or internet, you know, all kinds of other little tiny things. So I'm not ungrateful. But I think I just want to try out something smaller. A smaller town. Who knows? Maybe a farm. I'm going to open a sunflower farm. We can do sunflower seeds. And puppies. Sunflower seeds and puppies. That's what I'm going in business, guys. I'm going into business. I'm going to do some wreaths. And sunflowers for days. And puppies. And kittens. And cheeseburgers. I'm getting kind of punch drunk, guys. It's late for me. It's only 10:37. It's not too late, but geez, I'm starting to say weird stuff. Okay, let me see what else we got here. Son is a forestry fireman in Mount Charleston. No, you get very close, Judy. Mount Charleston is a fireman, forestry fireman. They used to live up there. It's beautiful. My daughter had a hummingbird feeder on her porch. They were amazing. Okay, Judy, so you know what I mean. The hummingbirds at Mount Charleston are crazy. And they're down here at my house year-round. I have a hummingbird feeder in my backyard. But to sit out there and to see so many at one time, it's just amazing. All right. So, love it. Live in South Carolina on the East Coast. It's 1:30. Geez, girl, it's very late. Thank you for staying up for me. But yeah, you'll see the finished thing in the morning. Thank you, Karen. Irene, and you have an eye for florals. I'm a little jealous in a good way, though. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, I thought that was a flower. I know what you mean. You always see, like, I really wish I'd come up with that. I wonder how it would be. Yeah, we all draw off of each other's talents, and then it helps you become better in what you want to do. So it's really, really good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Love the wreath. Thank you so much for sharing. What does the sign say? Pat, it's backwards because of Facebook, but it says, I'm going coastal. I liked it because it was a play on words saying, like, I'm going postal. And usually if you're going postal, you need to get to the beach. You need to get on your vacation. Cindy, it's 1:37 a.m. where you are. Wow. I'll probably be up that late my time putting this on YouTube for all my YouTubers that don't have Facebook. But here we go, guys. This is it. Here's the finished product. I got some crazy little spindly guys coming out here. This is the bush. I pulled them off them. It was kind of crazy looking. And someone earlier had said it kind of looks like coral, so it worked out. And then someone else had said my brown ribbon is kind of like the sand on a beach. So you guys helped me even describe it more than I knew I was picking it out for. So you guys are all so dang awesome. We did 3 kinds of ribbon, 1 kind of mesh, the 10-inch wire wreath form pencil work wreath. I got the sign, the mesh, and 2 of the ribbons at Hobby Lobby. All of the flowers came from Hobby Lobby. The only thing on this wreath that's not Hobby Lobby is the wreath form. That's Craft Outlet. And this beige ribbon was from Sam's. Everything else was Hobby Lobby. So you guys can grab up a lot of this stuff if you want to make a duplicate one. If you don't, this will be listed on Etsy for sale. That's about it, guys. I don't see anything else coming in. Love the colors. Thank you, Cindy Lou. I love that. First time watching you. Thank you for coming. You're welcome. Welcome to my craft room. Stacy Snowflake. That's my sister, y'all. You're just now joining. Come on, guys. Come on, sis. I'm done. Jean, good night. See you tomorrow. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for everything. I will be on tomorrow starting at noon Pacific Standard Time. We're going to do a Super Bowl basically nonstop. I mean, I'm going to take a break for probably to eat, maybe for some lunch or something, but I'm going to start out with something amazing. I haven't decided which one I want to do yet. I have 4 things planned. I'm hoping I got time for all of them. You guys let me know. So I'll see you guys all tomorrow at noon, and we'll get things put together then. We'll have a couple other arrangements, a wreath, and possibly maybe some cute little stuff to just futz around with for not Valentine's, but for oh my gosh, for St. Patty's Day. But here's our beach wreath. It's coastal. It's a little crazy, a little spindly, but I love it, and I love that you guys helped me with it. So thanks again, everybody, and until tomorrow, good night, sweet dreams. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.